Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. What's good? What's good? It's your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. And yes, indeed, it is another one. So, shout out to all my subscribers out there. Mad love to you guys. Hopefully everybody's had a good weekend, things like that. Life going good. Everybody's, doing well, safe and everything out there. And families well protected and loved. So yeah, we are deep off in this mess out here that we're calling an election. And of course, over the past few weeks, we've had a lot of shit pop off. Obama came out talking about, pointing fingers at black men like we just, supposed to do what he say do. Kamala, she's coming out with plans at the last minute to give specifically the black men, but then turns around that it's not specifically for black men out here. It's crazy, but these are the things that are going on with us definitely as black men, and that's the reason why I titled it the way that I did. It's because nobody really asked black men what the fuck that we wanted.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Nobody really asked us this question collectively as a whole. And at the same time though too, the black men in the black community, we have so many different thought processes going on now due to the fact that the community has been destroyed for so long. We have all these different mindsets and things like that, what men should have, and some men think this way and some black men think that way, and no community could get anywhere when it's divided. A fist is not going to create a detrimental thing because it's going to be a slap. A fist is different from a open hand. An open hand is not going to work, but a fist can actually move things. But yes, so this is what's going on here. Nobody really asked black men what they wanted. They're trying to give us things that we don't want, and that's not what we're asking for. Or, we're not. But at this point right here, by the end of this broadcast, we're going to get to the tangibles of what we want and things like that, or some degree. We got Brother Dennis Sperling here talking about a lot of things, and I'm going to present to you guys a lot of different situations and stuff like that, talking points, and also we're going to ride down on, a few people, we're going to have a few shots fired.
Shots fired!
We're going to have a few shots fired in this broadcast and things like that. So I certainly appreciate you guys. Hit that like, share, subscribe button out there for me. Make sure that you comment throughout the broadcast, whether you're on the live broadcast with me or you're on the playback. I definitely would appreciate it. So, all right, let's go here now. We're going to check out, like we always do, the, beautiful ladies of the world. Let's go here now.
Reasons to have two wives.
You'll always have
Two pairs of hands. You'll always have two options.
the food
Or
girls. I'm not beautiful. Woo girls. I'm very beautiful. Hey, check out African. Show them.
Yeah, shout out to all the beautiful ladies of the world. Yes, milk chocolate, vanilla. Well, you know, hey, it's just hey, whatever you choose out there, fellas. It is what it is, though. So, all right, then we're about to keep diving off into it. We're about to dive off in the dingbat time out here. Hold on. Yes, dingbat time is in effect in this broadcast. Real quick, hold on. Let me find my intro to dingbat time. Here we go.
Oh!
Yes, please understand you need to relax yourself out here. All right, so we're about to dive off into dingbat time. I got a couple of things that I'm going to show you guys. And yeah, man, it's about to get treacherous out here. Hold on. We got this one segment right here. I think this chick right here is in trouble because she decided to come through a drive-through window, which is, you know, which is ridiculous to me. And this is showing how masculine some of these chicks are here nowadays. Let's go here now. Let's check this out.
There.
You better get my shit. That's what I thought.
They get that ranch. Did she climb through the window? She didn't climb through the window. Did she climb through the window? She climbed through the window. Oh, pray for me.
Oh no. Looks like she climbed through the window out here. This is crazy. Oh my goodness, this is sad. What the state in the world are we into out here, man? This is ridiculous right here. She's climbing through windows for sauces and shit. It's ridiculous out here. It's crazy. She's climbing through windows for fucking sauces. Man, this is wild right here. This is wild. So okay then. I got another one for you guys. And in dingbat time, and this is going to be a little bit special. This is for the fellas out here, and it's going to be a little something different. We have a young lady that's a lawyer out of Texas. Hold on, I can't think of her name because this is a repost. But this young lady here is a lawyer out of Texas, and she's explaining and how nowadays it's coming to the point to where your girlfriend or your wife cannot search your phone. Come to find out, that's going to be illegal wiretapping out here. Hey, let's dive off into this. Let's go here now.
And number one, and ladies, this hurts my heart to deliver this news. It is now illegal to go through your husband's phone. And this is for every ear that can hear me. This is not just a Texas issue. This is also a federal crime. The Federal Wiretap Act states it is unlawful to intercept any wire, oral, or electronic communication. It is also unlawful to disclose the contents of the wire, oral, or electronic communication. Y'all know what's considered electronic communication? Text messages, emails, DMs. I was in court waiting on my turn, watching another hearing before me. It was a divorce case, and the wife was on the stand talking about adultery. Her attorney then started the process of admitting text messages into evidence that showed the husband was talking to this woman, and it was very inappropriate. The text messages 100% proved husband was cheating. There was photos, there was conversations about the other night. All of a sudden, husband lawyer jumps up and says, Your Honor, I think you need to admonish the witness about her Fifth Amendment right to self-incrimination because she's about to tell on herself and admit to a crime. The judge then proceeds to tell her that how she came about getting those text messages out of her husband's phone is potentially a violation of the Texas Wiretap Act, and the Federal Wiretap Act. He looks up at her lawyer and says, counsel, the fact that you're in possession of unlawful potential wiretap material incriminates you as well. The judge did a quick recess so everyone could go consult with criminal law attorneys.
Yo.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Oh my goodness. Are we at this point now? Are we at this point now? Now listen, look, fellas out here, okay? This goes vice versa for what you find in your chick's phone too. See, listen, look. But this is knowledge that we as men need to know when they're updating laws. Now, this is, of course, she's a lawyer out of Texas, but she says this is federal law, so federal law rules the land. So if your chick goes through your phone and finds messages, or you talking to another chick or whatever, whatever she finds, she legally cannot disclose that information publicly, and vice versa. So, yeah. Hey, it is what it is out here, man. We're living in it. This is the new age. This is the new age out here. And yeah, it's going down like that. It is going down like that. So we're going to keep Dingbat time going. And guess what? I got Cameron and fucking Mace in the broadcast room, and they're talking shit about what Kamala's doing out here. It's crazy. It's crazy. Hold on here. We're about to dive off into this.
President, not president, but Vice President Kamala, right? She's asking everybody to donate $40. Let me give you a case in point how this is a bad idea. I hear a pretty woman asking for $40.
Hold on, Cameron. She ain't that damn pretty now. Hold on. At least not now. I've seen pictures when Kamala was younger out there with Willie Brown, but yeah, she was hot then. Oh yeah, she was hot then. Oh, she was hot. Oh yeah. Oh, that 20-something-year-old Kamala. Oh man.
And she got Megan up there twerking. What do you think niggas think for the 40? For the 40. For real. For the 40. You need 40?
Oh, yeah, she need 40.
What is the 40 in your kitchen?
Exactly. I didn't want to say, what is my 40 give me? That's what killing it.
What the fuck? Hey, Mason Cameron stupid out here. What they say? What is my 40 getting me? Hey, I don't blame them for asking that question out here. Listen, look, I want to know too. What does my $40 get me out here?
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Right. Shout out to Mason Cameron, man. Them boys is stupid on their podcast out there. All right, so we're gonna keep this thing going. We're gonna keep it going. I also have Judge Joe Brown talking about the situation with Kamala Harris, and he said, of course, you know, Judge Joe Brown at the particular time that Kamala Harris was actually the DA or whatever she was out there, prosecutor out there in California. He said he was out there at that time. I definitely believe it, but he said he was out there and he got something to say.
I'm gonna hurt somebody's feelings, but we got a witch running for president. That woman is the worst kind of sleaze you can ever think of. I was in California when it was going down. And I used to represent 40 years ago a whole chunk of pimps and hoes in Memphis.
Oh, really?
And I know a hoe when I see one.
Oh, what?
And when I see a hoe, I know she got a pimp. And I want to find out who the pimps are that we getting tricked out on the benefit of.
Oh, hold on, Joe. I mean, hold on, Judge. Hold on, Judge Joe Brown. I got the pimps right here for you. Hold on, I got the pimps right here for you. Here are the pimps right here.
Was Kamala doing okay?
Nope. She's down, Joe. I think they found out that she's retarded, and now we're basically fucked. Trump is killing us at the polls, so yes, we're going to lose Joe.
Damn it. Wait. What if I come back to run again?
As candidate?
Yeah.
Well, let me put it this way, Joe. The only person in this world who is even more retarded than Kamala Harris is basically you. So no, Joe,
on, man.
you're
Just
not going
give
back
another
in.
shot.
Let's let it all play out. Okay, let's just We'll talk later, Joe.
Okay.
Women looking fine up in here.
Damn, then you got Bill in the house talking about women looking fine in the church out here. Hey, shout out to Bill Clinton.
What the French toast is gonna think about?
Shout out to Bill Clinton. All right, hold on. Let's keep going. What else Judge Brown got to say?
Who are the pimps that this woman is working for?
I just showed you.
And I see some decent ladies out there. I've met a few of you.
Judge, hold on. Are you chicken hawking for the ladies too out here? Judge, I feel you, Judge. Go ahead.
And I resent the fact that you got a hoe that's being your face. You see, tomorrow is yesterday today, so today was yesterday, and it'll be tomorrow tomorrow. That's why we have to understand today. What the hell did you just say? And you gonna fake off about being a Negro? I met a daddy. Sat next to the man for 2.5 hours at the Governor General's table down in Jamaica. My ex-wife asked him what he was. He said he was Irish and he was Hindu. She said, you don't have anybody black in your family? He said, no. I'm gonna hurt somebody's feelings, but we got a witch running for president.
Yo, hey, listen, look. Judge, hold on.
You can't make this shit up.
Seem like you can't make this shit up out here. Hey, Judge Joe Brown had to put his quarters, nickels, and dimes in on it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad he did. Hey, shout out to Judge Joe Brown. Hey, listen, look, that's Dingbat time, and we're signing out.
Oh!
Yes, Dingbat time. It is what it is. My bad. Hold on. We're right here. Yes, that was Dingbat time, people. And so, you know, it's crazy out here. And the thing of this is that we're having huge issues. So I want to go here now. And I want to show you guys a few things and stuff like that. And I have a few more things that I'm going to show you guys. Hold on here. Let me make sure something. Cancel you out. Hold on. Let me see. Where is my stuff? Hold on. Okay. All right, we're about to go here now. We're about to check this out. We got a chick right here that's catching charges. She stabbed somebody at a McDonald's. Jesus Christ. And you know, she didn't even know this person. Let's go here now.
That young man lying on the floor and had lost his life to violence here in the city of Jackson was very disturbing.
Police Chief Joseph Wade responding to a deadly stabbing inside of a McDonald's Sunday on Hanging Moss Road. 22-year-old Destiny Gibson still blood smeared on her face in this mugshot. Police say she stabbed 22-year-old Christopher Boris to death. It was all captured on video.
I saw snippets of it myself yesterday, and he was brutally attacked by this young lady.
After being taken into JPD custody, Gibson faced a judge in court Monday morning. An investigator on the scene said she and Boris did not know each other. The investigator says they both were sitting in the dining area of the restaurant. Gibson was using the Wi-Fi while Boris, an employee of the McDonald's, was eating lunch. Chief Wade says that's when they exchanged words and Gibson attacked Boris with a large knife, stabbing him multiple times.
So you got this little tiny ass bat walking around here with a large knife. This is crazy around here. But hey, though, women are such princesses out here. Oh, they princesses. Oh, shit. Women can't do no harm out here. Oh, yeah, they sure can't. Oh, my goodness. How dare you accuse a woman of doing any harm or hurt, harm, or danger out here? It's crazy. That's misogyny. How dare you? She's a lady stabbing people and shit.
Whatever the verbal exchange was, it did not justify you producing this very large knife and taking this young man's life.
Gibson's attorney revealed that she is homeless and has only been living in Jackson for 5 years. The judge decided she is a danger to the citizens of Jackson. Her bond is set at $2 million.
$2 million bond. She's been charged with murder. And that is the message we have to send here in the city of Jackson. Our criminal justice system cannot be a revolving door.
Brooklyn Joyner, 16 WAPT News.
Hey, shout out to that. Yeah, keep her ass up in there. Oh, yeah. Keep her ass up in there. And at the same time, too, shit, I probably wouldn't even give her but 1 square meal a day. That's running around here just stabbing innocent people for no reason and stuff. Jesus Christ. But, you know, these women are princesses out here. Oh, they're princesses. Jeez, yeah. They don't do no harm to anybody. They don't do no harm to anybody, you know. Yeah, it's crazy out here. All right. So we're going to keep this thing going. And the thing of this is that the next thing I'm about to present to you guys is going to be a situation here to where we have, hold on. All right. So we're going to go here now. And we're going to check this out. Apparently, the migrant situation is something that we still need to look at, of course. And the NYPD has a huge situation problem now to where the children, the migrant children, are acting the ass out here. So let's go here now. Let's see what's going on. Quarters, nickels, and dimes.
The NYPD is investigating a string of armed robberies targeting people in Times Square. They say nearly 24 young immigrants are behind the brazen crime, some as young as 11 years old, and their ages, police say, allow these suspects to get away with it. They stay out of jail and then keep terrorizing New Yorkers and tourists alike. Eyewitness News reporter Lauren Glassberg live in Times Square with more on this story. Lauren.
So before they get started, I'm wondering why here, and I'm gonna bring this up. I'm wondering why our children, our natural-born American citizen children, if they do a heinous crime like this, they keep those children locked up. So why are they just catching and releasing the migrant children? What is that about? I think that we would need to lock them up even more worser than we do our own. But that's just me. Let's keep going.
Well, David, the NYPD says that this is really a gang of very young people, and they have committed some 50 robberies. Some of them are even armed robberies. And we understand that the police first targeted them in Central Park, but now they have targeted this area, Times Square, as their playground.
They're reckless and as ruthless of a crew as we've seen.
And they're young, some as young as 11 years old. Police say they first targeted Central Park this summer, and now Times Square is their playground.
When you look at this core group of 20 individuals, this is their ground zero.
Assistant Chief of Detectives Jason Savino focuses on gangs, and this gang, he says, is made up of asylum seekers being housed at the Roosevelt Hotel. They're a subset of the gang Tren de Aragua and self-identify as Los Diablos, or the Little Devils of 42nd Street, and they even post about their crimes, which have escalated.
It started with snatches, and then you saw Wolfpack-type robberies, where you'd see numerous individuals surrounding unsuspected tourists.
See, this is what happened when y'all in these democratic states and y'all in these places to where they basically took your gun rights from you, you know, as citizens that are, as law-abiding citizens. A law-abiding citizen is not finna use their weapon willy-nilly. They're not finna use their weapon unless it's for actual maximum protection. And this is the thing that's going on here. You got citizens walking around this city right here. They don't have no means to protect themselves, but the criminals don't care. The criminals do not care about the law. That's the reason why they're criminals. So they're going to have guns. They're going to have knives. They're going to have weapons. But, you know, the citizens that are living in the city, they don't have anything to protect themselves with against a gun, a knife, or a weapon from a criminal. So now we have an issue. So at the end of the day, though, yeah, you want to sit here and say, well, okay, well, we can call the police and this and that. Okay, but when the shit is hitting the fan and you're in the moment, the police can't get there right then. The police are not there at the moment. You have to call the police to get to you. They're not there. You need something on you immediately to protect yourself.
Frightening them and then taking the properties. That graduated certainly into knives, and then ultimately we even had gunpoint robberies committed by this young crew.
I'll just kind of be like this, holding more towards the front, almost like a baby.
Anastasia Tucker always stays vigilant when she walks through Times Square, and news of this gang will ensure she continues to do so.
I mean, as a New Yorker, you should be, you know, just kind of comes with the territory. But I think more police on foot also helps a better presence.
A deterrent.
Yes.
Police say they are using drones, covert techniques, and uniformed officers to find these offenders. But the big appeal is to the judges.
The DA is making recommendations that just aren't adhered to. We have to look at our judges and make them more accountable.
Now, some of these gang members are here alone without parents, and the NYPD says most of them do come from Venezuela. Police say part of their initiation into this gang involves being dared to commit crimes, and if they don't commit the crime, they are forced to lick the floor of a subway. Obviously, none of those are really good options. Fortunately, the NYPD says that crime has ticked down in the last 2 weeks. That's a trend they hope continues.
Yeah, crime is down out here. Yeah, listen, look, that's a lie. If crime was down so much, we wouldn't even be talking about these individuals right here. This is crazy. Crime is down. Okay, yeah, it had went down. Whatever. See, that's y'all problem right there. You know, everybody wants to sit around here and think that this shit is a game. It's sad though. It is truly sad. All right, so we're gonna keep this thing going. We got a situation right here to where we had a therapist in Seattle that was doing an egregious thing to children, and he happened to get away and flee the damn country. Man, come on, people. What are we doing out here? Let's go here now.
A local child therapist is arrested for child pornography, but police say he managed to escape the U.S. Today, Fox 13 Seattle is looking at how the suspect slipped through the cracks so easily.
The details we're uncovering are frustrating and concerning. Fox 13's AJ Janival reports what went wrong from the airport.
Documents that I obtained show law enforcement stopped that suspect, Yushang Ling, for a brief moment here at the airport, but those records show Port of Seattle police let the accused child sexual exploiter go due to confusion over red tape. Port of Seattle police was on scene and declined detention of the subject due to a lack of a warrant. A one-sentence answer as to why a man accused of peddling in the misery of sexually abused children is now free.
We believe that they absolutely could have arrested him, and we were under the belief that they would have because they didn't need a warrant.
Probable cause documents I obtained show 26-year-old Yushang Ling, who went by Bruce, worked as a family and
Yushang Ling, who went by Bruce. Jesus Christ. And see, this is the thing right here. These people come over here to our country and stuff like that, and they change their names and stuff like that to names that don't even fit them. Who the fuck gonna look at this Asian ass cat right here and think of fucking Bruce?
Hey, what the French toast is there to think about?
What is this? Oh yeah, I look at I look at this Asian dude right here and I see Bruce written all over him. Oh yeah, his parents, his mama popped him out of her cooch and yeah, she named him Bruce. You could tell that just by the name, his life was full of lies.
And child therapist. According to the documents, Ling was employed with Valley City's Behavior Health Care. Ling claimed in that role he collaborated with schools, DCYF, CPS, and Seattle Children's Hospital.
Extremely disturbing allegations.
Police discovered dozens of images of child pornography in a computer file alongside a file for his cover letter for an application to Seattle Children's Hospital.
That's just so awful when you read the details in those court documents.
Ling bonded out of jail with possibly as little as $7,500 out of his own pocket. He then somehow acquired an illegal passport, and despite Homeland Security flagging his planned escape and King County Sheriff notifying the Port of Seattle Police to make an arrest, which documents say they agreed to do, officers at the airport let Ling board a flight to China.
What he could have been arrested on were two things. One is attempted bail jumping for trying to board that flight. The other is not following court orders by getting that passport and trying to get on the flight.
I spoke to officials with the Port of Seattle Police Department who tell me they have to have probable cause or a warrant to make an arrest. They say they're not sure if they had that at the time of this incident. Reporting here at SeaTac Airport, I'm AJ Janovel, Fox.
So it's a lack of communication. A lack of communication and this and that. And the other gentleman said that he could have been detained from the way that he was trying to get board the plane and things like that. They had already sent the information, something like that. This is crazy right here. This is crazy. So at the end of the day, Bruce or Chung E. Lang or however you want to put it, I mean, you know, however you want to put it, hold on. You know what I'm saying? This guy right here, he's gone. So he's been dealing with children and basically probably ill children and stuff like that. So he's gone, he's fled America and things like that. And he's he's no longer on the run. He's probably in an non-extraditional country and things like that. So yeah, he's going to live out his life, the rest of his life. And he's been over here doing crimes, egregious crimes on top of that. This shit is crazy out here. You know what I'm saying? What we're dealing with, man, this is so disrespectful. Shit don't make no sense. Don't make no sense, man. All right. So we're going to keep going here. And I got a few things that I do want to share with you guys. Definitely about the situation before we get into the main event with Brother Dennis Sperling and things like that. We're going to go here and we're going to see the situation with Donald Trump. And hold on. Do I need to go there first? No, I don't want to go there first. I want to roast this bitch on The View first. Hold on. I want to roast this chick from The View first. We're going to go right here. Yeah. Anyone under the sound of my voice, especially my brothers, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know the chick from The View. Hold on. This chick right here. I got it right here. This chick right here.
So let me just say this. You know, I think that she certainly does have a problem with men because misogyny is a real thing in this
And
country.
not just black
I
men,
don't think
white
black
men
men are
and
the
black
problem.
men. Yeah.
Black men are not the problem. Black men are used to matriarchy. Okay. Black men are used to black women being the heads of the family, black grandmothers raising them. They are used to that.
So that chick Sunny off The View right there. Yeah. Yeah. It's, you know, it's time to set some fires up under this hoe's ass. I told y'all shots were going to be fired in this broadcast tonight.
Shots fired.
I told y'all shots were going to be fired. Okay, so we got the chick Sunny off The View and things like that, but we're going to watch Pink Book Lessons, and she's going to break some things down. Shout out to Pink Book Lessons and things like that. Yes, she's going to break some things down, and we need to understand what is going on with this the Puerto Rican lady or whatever she is. She's not even a black lady. We're going to break down this situation down. This is crazy here. Quarters, nickels, and dimes.
You know, I think that she certainly does have a problem with men because misogyny is a real thing in this country. I don't think black men are the problem. Black men are used to matriarchy, okay? Black men are used to black women being the heads of the family. They are used to that.
Well, Sonny, matriarchy as a result of fatherless home is not the matriarchy you want to brag about. And back to what you just said, accusing men of being misogynist for not voting for Kamala Harris. None of you are voting for Trump. So by your own logic, you're all misandrist.
Go Forms makes it.
Oh, yeah. Here go the commercial. Yeah, right then when I was finna snap. Okay. It doesn't matter. Here we go.
Seriously, though, The View is known for attacking all men who won't worship the Curry Queen.
Right.
If you're a man and you don't support Kamala, they will call you misogynistic. I said this from day one. First, they have to convince us that this Indian woman is a Black American woman. Two, if Black men refuse to support her, you'll be called misogynistic. And if you're a man of another race, they'll label you both racist and misogynistic. And listen, they have not failed at doing exactly what I said they would do. Now you have Sunny from The View. She came out to defend Kamala Harris after that horrible performance on Fox News. And once again, she tried to turn this into a Black woman thing when Kamala is not even Black.
Do you think that he approached her differently than other people he interviews?
You know, I saw a little bit of the panel after the interview. And one woman said that she came in hot and also said that she became angrier. I thought he came in hot. And what I am very tired of is this trope of the angry Black woman. She was not angry. She was in command of the facts. She was passionate. Passion does not equal anger.
First of
Sorry, baby. Kamala's not Black. We're tired of that. We're tired of that talking point. That's over with.
What the French toast is there to think about?
We know she's not. We know she's not Black. She's not a African American. She's not. And I'm sick of the games out here. She's not. And neither is Sunny. She's not an African American woman either. So who the hell she thinks she's talking about or to?
First of all, Sonny, who said Kamala was an angry Black woman? I haven't heard anybody say that anywhere. You know why? Because one, is a quiet consensus with Kamala supporters that Kamala Harris is not Black. There's also a more vocal consensus among Black people that this lady is not one of us. So nobody looked at her and thought angry Black woman. You know, you have to be Black to be an angry Black woman, right? Now, why is Sunny bringing this up? See, she's somehow trying to make Kamala represent Black women so she can use the identity of Black women as a shield for Kamala to make it seem like the folks against Kamala must be against Black women. So really, Sunny is trying to use the emotions of Black women to form up as a defense team for Kamala. And I'm going to say it again, just like I said for Black men. Remember when Van Jones and Ben Crump kept telling Black men to protect Kamala Harris?
Is protect her. We have to protect her.
I said then, why are y'all telling Black men to worship and protect this Indian lady? Why are y'all not telling AAPI men to protect her? Why are y'all not telling her husband's people to protect her? Why are you not expecting him to protect her? Yeah.
Right. Y'all see him. Hold on. Y'all see him right there. Why he can't pull the protection? Where's his protection at? Where's his masculinity at to protect his own damn wife out here? Listen, look. Listen, look. This is ridiculous. You know, why Black men always got to be the fall guy? Why we have to crash out for all these damn women out here? When the rest of the men not even crashing out. The Indian men ain't crashing out for Kamala. Her own race of men are not crashing out for her. She's not a Black African American woman. She's an Indian woman. Why aren't the men of her race crashing out for her? Call them up. Tell them red dot men, Indian men to crash out for her. How about that? Real talk. Where they at? They probably ain't gonna crash out for her because she fucked around and married a white man. So, hey, that just is what it is out here.
What the French toast is there to think about?
Yeah. Tell me why you need Black men to do that. Shouldn't Black men be protecting their own wives? That's crazy. But now Sunny is doing the same thing. She's trying to dog whistle black women to protect this Indian woman by calling this lady an angry black woman. You see what Sunny is doing? Nah, you're not slick, Sunny. We see you.
You know, I'm often called, Donald Trump actually called me dumb at a rally recently. You have these tropes that are used against women and women of color in particular. And I did not see a dumb woman. I did not see an angry woman. I saw a woman who understands what is at stake. And I thought that she was very, very strong.
Sunny is being very manipulative. Listen to her wording. She's saying all of this to try to get black women offended so they can fight for this non-black woman. Many people don't believe Sunny is the most intelligent in the room. A lot of people also think Kamala isn't so bright either. It's obvious how she got her jobs in California, and it wasn't because she was a brainiac. But having a law degree doesn't make you smart. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of smart lawyers out there, but I also know a bunch of dumb ones too. And what Sunny is doing is trying to get black people, especially black women, upset at name calling when they've been sitting on The View calling Donald Trump names for 8 years. Listen, I don't care what they call him or what he called them. Kamala called him a predator on some Me Too stuff. So yeah, everybody is name calling on both sides. And that's been going on for years. Who cares? What we want to know is who's going to fix this economy, who's going to be the best to tackle this recession, and who's going to shut down the border and stop these illegals from coming in.
And also, who gonna get us up out these wars? We don't need war around here.
What the French toast is there to think about?
War does not make money for the average citizen. War keeps the average citizen in a predicament because we're going to have to send our children over there and things like that. You know, war does not add up to a lucrative situation for the middle class citizen. Yeah, war makes the rich people richer because they're investing in things like that. They're sending their products and bombs and everything else over to where the fuck they want to send them to. But no, though, war does not help anybody over here. Not normal people, not average citizens, no, doesn't help us. It takes more taxpayers' money away from us.
Eating off all our tax money. That's all we want to hear. I don't want to hear no more baby bot bimbo babble. I need logical, common sense solutions. None of this emotional preschool kindergarten BS.
Right.
I think she's very loyal to President Biden. I think it's clear that the Biden administration has had one of the most successful administrations in history. She has nothing to be ashamed of having been part of that.
And see, Sunny, this is why you're always looking dumb. Everybody knows the Biden-Harris administration wasn't good for Americans. Everything that could go wrong, well, it did. And we all saw that. The only group that benefited from them are the millions of immigrants that broke into this country with their help and set up here getting all of these handouts with our money. And Kamala's people too. She got them $26 billion in 2023, another $20 billion a year before.
And there you go right there. There you go right there. Hold on. There you go right there. I'm letting y'all see it. That's why I paused. I'm letting y'all see it. Look at that. Look at that. It's not a black person up there. $26 billion in 2023 that she gave to these individuals. Now, okay, fine. Okay, they got what they got. But then, no, she took her dumb ass out there just recently now. If y'all keep remembering, well, y'all remember it out here. She got on the damn news in the middle of that damn storm and told them people that she didn't have nothing but $750 for them people. So where's the $26 billion that you giving these specific Islander people in 2023? Where's the money at, bitch?
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Where the money at? Where the money at for people in Hurricane Helene? Where's the money at for people in Hurricane Milton? Those hurricanes hit back to back. Let's not forget about the people in the hurricanes here. Yeah, I'm going to bring them up too. Shout out to them people. Hopefully they surviving, and hopefully they trying to figure things out there. Yeah, we got memory over here. We're not playing around. She get them people 26 billion, but you only got $750 per person, and then they had to get online and sign up for it in the middle of after a storm. When they don't have any type, when they didn't have any type of electricity, any type of way to get online to sign up for stuff. But they had to get online and sign up for a measly $750. What was that supposed to do?
I reported that here, did a whole video on it. When Kamala told us she couldn't do anything for Black people, but she made sure she took care of her people. They received more federal money than under any other administration. So yeah, maybe they'll call us successful too. Along with the immigrants that got free housing, maid service up there in Chicago and New York, free food and food stamps, all kinds of money to start their businesses. And some of them that just got here 2 years ago, they're giving them houses. I'm talking about at a time where a lot of Gen Z and millennials have been locked out of the housing market with the unaffordability crisis. They provided illegals with home ownership while denying it to Americans. And that's supposed to be successful, Sonny? Successful with who? Nah, Sonny is indeed either deceptive or delusional. She's got to be at least one. Now, Sonny recently said this about Black men who supported Trump. She mentioned white women and Cuban men, but look at how she described Black men versus the other groups.
When we're looking at these polls and we're looking at who is voting for Trump, you've got 53% of white women that voted for him in 2020. We've got to reach those women. We've got to reach those ridiculous, crazy Black men that did vote for Trump. We've got to reach those people.
Sonny.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Yeah, it's about to be some shots fired out here. Sonny from The View. Sonny from The View. How dare you call us ridiculous Black men? Hold on. Okay, crazy, ridiculous Black men. Let's see what else she had to say. Hold on.
We've got to reach the Cuban men in Miami that overwhelmingly voted for Trump.
So, yeah, let's go back. Because I'm pissed off. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm pissed off. Hold on.
Men versus the other groups.
When we're looking at these polls and we're looking at who is voting for Trump, you've got 53% of white women that voted for him in 2020. We've got to reach those women. We've got to reach those ridiculous, crazy Black men that did vote for Trump. We got to reach those ridiculous, crazy Black men. Ridiculous, crazy Black men. How is this, what is she, Latina, whatever? See, it's already bad enough that our Black women speak down upon us the way that they do out here. It's already bad enough that we have to tolerate our own Black women talking to us crazy. Now we got to deal with these outsiders too. We got to deal with these bitches outside our own fucking race talking to us sideways and shit. Who the fuck is she?
So what the French toast is there to think about? You can't make this shit up.
I told y'all.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
I told y'all shots was finna be fired. Who is she? She not even African American. Talking sideways to me. And the rest of my brothers, because we choose to want to do what we want to do because we can think and we got our own mindset and we don't have to follow anybody. Reach those people. We've got to reach the Cuban men in Miami that overwhelmingly voted for Trump.
She called Black
the Cuban men, though, but they wasn't crazy though, right? For who they wanted to vote for. Okay. All right.
Men who supported Trump ridiculous, crazy Black men, but didn't call Cuban men in Miami ridiculous and crazy. And she didn't call white women ridiculous and crazy. She directed her disrespect to Black men only. Listen again.
When we're looking at these polls and we're looking at who is voting for Trump, you've got 53% of white women that voted for him in 2020. We've got to reach those women. We've got to reach those ridiculous, crazy Black men that did vote for Trump. We've got to reach those people. We've got to reach the Cuban men in Miami that overwhelmingly voted for Trump.
Chameleons are dangerous. They allow Sunny to sit up there and say whatever about black men specifically, because for years, they propped her up as the resident black and Latina. So if anything came up about blacks and Hispanics on the show, Sunny is supposed to be the resident expert because somehow she's a representative for both groups. And lately, since it's been revealed that Kamala ain't black, Sunny and The View, they've been talking about this multiracial community and how they're the fastest growing group. They're coming up and taking over everybody. You know, just a bunch of baby bot bimbo babble. Calling Kamala multiracial doesn't make her black. She's Indian mixed with more Indian and Irish. And she's not black American at all. She's not like us, period. That Indian lady does not represent us, so stop trying to put her in our group. Up here attempting to make this non-black woman the queen of black American women, it's really disrespectful. Just like how they brought out Barack Obama in front of us. Fooled us for years. When the only thing black American about him is Michelle. That's it. And the only thing Kamala is connected to in Jamaica are a bunch of rich slave masters who passed down land and businesses to all those people in her family. Just like Sunny. She's always on The View, acting like she's representing black people and brown people. When they looked into her Puerto Rican mama, a bunch of Spanish slave masters fell out the closet.
Wow. I'm a little bit in shock. I just always thought of myself as Puerto Rican, you know, half Puerto Rican. I didn't think I was, my family was originally from Spain and slaveholders.
Yeah. Oh, she chuckling out here. Oh, keep chuckling, Sonny. Oh, yeah, keep chuckling, ho. I told y'all I was going to light this broad up. Sonny from The View. I told y'all. We ain't playing no games over here on the bottom line. Now she's sitting around here chuckling and laughing like it's a game and your whole descendants were slave owners. No wonder she got so much disdain and things like that. You know, willing to call out black men and stuff like that. Oh, these crazy black men. Listen, look, Sonny, I'm going to tell you something, baby. Don't you ever in your life anymore speak on not an ounce of a black man another day in your life. Don't you do it no more, or else we coming for you.
What the French toast is there to think about?
Don't you do it no more. Stick to your own men and your own race. You correct them. Don't come over here and try to correct us. You ain't black. You from Spain, broad. You from fucking Spain. And you a slave driver. Your whole bloodline is slave drivers. So you stick to your slave driver Spaniard heritage and stay over there. Sonny from The View.
Yeah. So how are you feeling, my friend?
I think it's actually pretty interesting that my husband and I have shared roots.
Yeah.
So I do appreciate that. And I think it's great for our children to know this information. I guess it's a fact of life that this is how some people made their living, on the backs of others.
Yeah. Just like you're doing now, Sonny.
Sonny, you disrespectful mutt. Let me tell you something. You are not us, and you need to stop going around here acting like you're speaking for us. You don't speak for us. Again, you're not like us. You are Kamala, and you will no longer be able to use us or control us with our own history and emotions. Every time I look up, we got these pretending chameleons running around acting like they're the leaders or voice of Black America, thinking they could wag their fingers and tell us what to do. Newsflash, y'all not running nothing. You may have some old baby boomers, the Black feminists, and the sassy group that will support Kamala, and that's fine. They can do what they want. You also have others who support Trump, and that's fine. They can support who they want to. You have other Black people supporting Cornel West, some supporting Jill Stein. That's cool. They can support who they want. And then you have others who completely checked out, and they're voting for the couch. Listen, we all have the right to choose who we want. And folks who choose not to follow Massa Sonny or Overseer Obama or Curry Queen Kamala, They shouldn't be talked down on just because they're making their own decision to choose what's best for them and their family. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started.
Hey, listen, look, yeah, shout out to Pink Book Lessons. Real talk. And you know, real talk. The women in my family never cook collard greens in the never wash collard greens in the tub. Kamala Harris. And as far as Sunny from The View, you know, yeah, she need to deal with her own men in her race. She do not need to ever open up her Spanish lips to speak not an ounce of a talking point about a black African American man again. She don't need to do nothing except for seal her fucking lips. All them bras on The View, even what's the Whoopi Goldberg, she whip your ass on wherever you need to go, baby. You and Joy, whatever her name is, we sick of y'all. And I'm definitely sick of this chick right here trying to spew her venom, talking about some crazy black men. I told y'all shots was gonna be fired.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Shots fired right at Sunny from The View. With her misandrous ass. Trying to talk on black men. You're not even black. Who you think you talking to? You disrespectful piece of crap. This is ridiculous out here, man. It is what it is, though, man, on that point right there. This shit is sad, man. This shit is sad. All right, listen, look. I'm going to take me a quick one. And, yeah. I'll be back.
Tell me, JR, which slut are you going to stay with tonight?
What difference does it make? Whoever it is, it's got to be more interesting than the slut I'm looking at right now.
SHRC. That's Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you want?
We're going to get your name and your Instagram. We're going to get you on the Cowboy as soon as possible, you know?
You gonna get us on a Cowboy?
Yeah.
This a date? Is it?
Yeah. And I'm the Cowboy.
Are you a cowboy?
Of course. Howdy.
Okay, you are handsome.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Are very pretty yourselves, too. You know what I'm saying? All the people that do it.
Oh, I'm sorry. What
What
name would it be?
Sleep Season.
Sleep season.
Sleep Season, yeah, that's Sleep Season.
So y'all
yeah.
trying
Put you
to
down real
rope us like them cows, some baby cows and calves.
Oh, you into that bondage, huh?
You kind of strong.
Yo, what it do? What it do? Yes, we're back. We're back in the broadcast room. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all you guys. Real talk, man. I wish y'all get down in the comments and show me some love. But you know, it is what it is, man. Whether y'all are here on the playback, you know, get down there. Let me know what the biz is, how you think, things like that. All right. But yeah, though, I warned y'all. I told y'all I was gonna light that Sunny chick up. She had it was no way out for her. I had to light her up. Definitely as a black man, especially coming from where I come from, son of a preacher. I come from a decent home. You know what I'm saying? The women in my family were feminine. They were not this masculine crap that's going on now. You know, chicks talking sideways to men and stuff like that. I wasn't raised with no women around me like that. None. If they had something they need to say or something like that, they said what they need to say, things like that. They sat down, they communicated properly. It wasn't all this feelings and the emotion, all that crap. I don't know nothing about this crap until now. This is crazy to me. This is crazy. All right. So I got a couple other things we're going to get into. I got something right here. We're going to see what's happening here. Apparently, Kamala Harris went to church. This is crazy. We're going to check out just a second of this shit.
We bless you, we bless you, we bless you. Come on. Seek it out. Seek it out. We bless your name. We bless your name.
All right, we see her shaking hands. I'm finna move this a little bit further and see what she got up on stage and had to say. All right. Hold on. So let's see what she had to say. All right.
You and I were reminiscing. Thank you.
All right. My problem with this is, to be honest with you, and I gotta say it, especially from the Black community, we've always been the type of community to allow everybody in. That's the reason why we've had a lot of things get taken from us. Our music, our swag, things like that. And this is the point here, is what I'm saying. And I guarantee you, any smart thinking Black man or woman understands what I'm saying right now. We've included everybody all the time. We always do this. We always include everybody. Oh, they got so they look somewhat Black. They look somewhat like us. Well, we got light-skinned Black people, this and that. They look somewhat like us. So yeah, let's bring them on into our culture. Let's bring them on into us. But we don't never get brought into any other culture. No other culture allows us into their swag, allows us into their businesses, allows us into their lifestyle, allows us in en masse, like talking about, like how we just include everybody. Look at it.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. Oh, I'm so touched. Well, it is my great joy to celebrate my birthday with all of you here. And thank you for those warm and beautiful wishes. And let us remember that while weeping may endure for a night, joy cometh in the morning.
I wonder, when did she actually learn that? Was it yesterday? When did she actually learn that? Because I guarantee she grew up Indian. They don't read the same Bible that African Americans do. Stop being fools out here. She grew up red dot Indian. They don't read the same Bible that African Americans do. Hindu religion is oh my man, wow. Listen, look, okay then. Yeah. Woo. Okay. All right. Yeah, y'all see it. Listen, look. All right, we're gonna keep going. This is ridiculous right here. So I got this right here for you guys. We're gonna go here now, and we're gonna see what Kilpatrick, you know what I'm saying? He was once hold on, my bad. He was once the mayor of Detroit. Let's see what he had to say. And he was also once a Democrat, I think. Let's go here now. Let's check this out. Hold on. my bad.
I want Trump in the room when Vladimir Putin shows up. It's not about warm and touchy feelings. It's about how we come together as a nation and preserve our way of life. We can fight about our differences later, but at some point, we got to act like the United States of America. Sound the alarm.
Donald Trump has said that he thinks his criminal indictments may actually help him get votes in the African American communities. Do you think that's true?
I think so. Inequity in prosecution and sentencing is something that's been going on in America for a long time. But Donald Trump, now people in the community feel that somebody who's experienced it be better prepared to meet it and try to change it.
There's definitely a lot of Trump supporters in Michigan, so we will see. I'm hoping for him. I'm rooting for him. He got my vote. Even though he's a convicted felon, you're able to reform your life and change and be able to do better with yourself. And if we the land of the free, then that's what it's supposed to be about. Just because you make a bad decision in your past, don't mean it defines what you're doing moving forward. So, no, I'm still in support of Donald Trump.
So yeah. And of course, you know, everybody still brings up the convicted felon situation about what Donald Trump in, but you know, that's election interference. Because if they were just really about that shit, they had 4 years prior to really deal with that issue on Donald Trump. Why you wait till damn near it was time for the election to try to do all this crap out here? Come on, man. That shit is a game plan. It just is what it is, man. So yeah, the former mayor of Detroit is backing Donald Trump and things like that. Also, you know, Robert Kennedy Jr.'s son has changed political parties too. If you guys don't know, some of y'all probably know. If y'all in my age range and stuff like that, especially what we was taught in school and things like that, I'm early 40s. So yeah, you know, we know that the Kennedys back in the early 60s and throughout that party, stuff like that, was huge figures in the Democratic Party for a long time. Even after John F. Kennedy got assassinated, they were still huge. We also had Teddy Kennedy, who was a senator for a long period of time. He recently died, I think early 2000s, something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, though. Yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is out here. So, okay, we're going to keep this thing going. And yeah, hold on. Let's go here now. And we're going to figure some things out with this situation right here. We have a young man that put some things together about, you know what I'm saying, debunking the biggest lies told about Donald Trump. And to be honest with you, this young man right here, let's just go here now. Let's see what he has to say. Let's go in. Let's dive off into this.
I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
No, I wouldn't support a national ban.
Protect our LGBTQ citizens.
You're being lied to. This isn't even about supporting Trump. This is merely just calling out the lies that are bluntly told in front of our faces. I urge you all to think for yourself and look up the news for yourself. I don't care if you vote for Trump or Kamala, as long as you know why you are voting for them. In this video, we're going to be debunking the most common lies that are told about Donald Trump, because instead of the media telling you the lies that Donald Trump is making, the media is making the lies about Donald Trump. And again, this isn't to say that he's never lied before, but it just goes back to how the media is coming up with lies about him instead of just telling the people what he's actually saying and giving the proper context. If you like this kind of content, commentary, reaction, and you like getting to the truth of the matter, be sure to subscribe. It helps the channel grow a ton. Without further ado, let's dive right into this. Find people on both sides.
Let's remember Charlottesville, where there was a mob of people carrying tiki torches, spewing anti-Semitic hate. And what did the president then at the time say? there were fine people on each side.
This is something that they didn't fact check, despite fact checking Trump, which I'm all for. If you're going to fact check, that's fine. I'm all for the truth, but at least be consistent. Because according to a common fact checking site, Snopes, no, Trump did not call neo-Nazis and white supremacists very fine people. That's the actual truth. Joe Biden, Kamala, everybody keeps regurgitating this one headline. He said they're fine people on both sides. There is far more context to what he said. His sentence was cut off and the truth was just never out there. So for those of you who have never seen the actual footage, let's hear what he actually said.
Changing history, you're changing culture, and you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis or the white supremacists, white nationalists. They should be condemned completely. That is what he said in that same clip. But like, if I let it keep playing.
You had many.
But oh yeah, Trump is racist. He's bad.
What the French coast is going to think about?
He wants to condemn the neo-Nazis and you know.
Bitch, you're a Dorito. You was never chose. You're a Dorito, bitch, and you're mad that you're not chose, and you never will be chose.
Right. You know, everybody wants to call Trump, you know, this racist and things like that. When back in the day growing up, I'm not gonna lie to you, you know, all our hip hop artists used to praise Trump. All our hip hop, it was Trump this in the videos and the songs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They want to be rich like Trump and this and that. And Trump used to, Oprah and all of them used to hang out with Trump and stuff like that until he got serious about life and stopped dealing with them bats out here and probably really figured out what they was really about. And he left them hoes alone. And guess what? Hold on.
And that, my friends, is the bottom line.
Many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists, okay? And the press has treated them absolutely unfairly. Now, in the other group also, you had some fine people, but you also had troublemakers, and you see them come with the black outfits and with the helmets and with the baseball bats.
He called it out for what it is. He said there were very bad.
This is your brain when you're struggling to focus.
Yeah, we got commercials. It is what it is, fellas.
The right that needs to be condemned, the white nationalists and the Klansmen, all them people, he said that's stupid, that needs to be condemned. And he also said the Antifa and the people dressed in all black, they need to be condemned too. There were fine people on the right side that just wanted to maintain our nation's history and have these statues, and it's whatever. There were fine people on the left who said, I want the statue down, it's hurtful to my ancestors. Regardless, there were fine people on both sides, but it's clear with the full context. Trump never said that the Klansmen and the white nationalists were very fine people. He said they should be condemned. That's the actual truth. Speaking of racism in Charlottesville, let's get right into he's racist against black people. Let's just go through some of the things that he has said about black people.
Let's talk about George Floyd. You said George Floyd's death was a terrible thing.
Terrible.
Why are African Americans still dying at the hands of law enforcement in this country?
And so are white people. So are white people. What a terrible question to ask.
And that's the truth. That's the truth too.
So are white people. More white people, by the way.
That's not racist. That's an actual fact. The way that question was framed was actually very wrong, very misleading, and it was meant to like trap him or make him look bad when in reality, every race in this nation deals with police brutality, which, by the way, is at a very, very low amount compared to the regular smuggler criminals out there. Are cops supposed to be protecting us? Yes, but I'm not going to sit here and act like every cop is bad and wrong. And I'm also not going to act like we're going to get rid of bad cops entirely. Bad cops are out there. It sucks, but to sit here and act like my life is in danger at the hands of white police when there are more people who get struck by lightning and die than black unarmed men get shot by the police, miss me with it. It's so misleading. It really is. And what Trump said was true. That is a horrible question to ask. White people are harmed too. Let's keep it real. All Trump has done is keep it real. Let's go to the next clip.
Why do you?
And my thing is too, to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying, throughout my youth, when I was out in the streets doing dumb shit, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I had my time in the streets too. You know what I'm saying? It may not seem like I'm that type of dude or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. Yeah, I did have my time in the streets. Like seriously. And I'm not gonna name every damn thing, but yeah, It is what it is. Most of the time, yeah. It was it was the black police officers that was locking me up.
So what's the French chosen to think about?
You know what I'm saying? The times I may have ran across one or two white police officers low key, you know what I'm saying? They was letting me go low key. I mean, hey, that's just my experience, and I know that's not, you know, the whole, you know, black male experience. I get it, because it's not. But I just know, like, you know, it's not all police officers, man. That's impossible. But we got bad human beings, regardless of whatever job you on. You can be a port worker or fucking working at McDonald's. You got decent people and horrible people working at any job. I don't care what you talk about, any job or career. You got decent lawyers and bad lawyers, decent judges and bad judges. Like, you know, come on, man. It's just life.
You have to lose. You're living in poverty. Your schools are no good. You have no jobs. What the hell do you have to lose?
Like when we look in our inner cities, St. Louis, Chicago, Detroit, Atlanta, the list can go on, and it's ran by all Democrats for years, and we keep complaining about our hoods and our neighborhoods and everything falling apart. What do we have to lose by trying something new? That's all he was saying. I don't see the problem. What racist invites over 200 black people to hang out with him at his house? Because again, I was there. I told you, I've been about this. I've been there multiple times. I've dapped up with Trump. I've never gotten a racist and bigoted vibe. People kept telling me that he was so racist and so bigoted. So what did I do? I went to the man's house to go and meet him. I got invited to some events. I met him, didn't get a racist bun in my body. Like, honestly, it was actually a funny speech. That seems like a really bad racist to me. What racist pours money into black communities?
President Trump unveiling opportunity zones, a new policy he says will build up communities in need by giving investors tax breaks to invest in low-income areas.
What racist works with Kim Kardashian to get black people out of jail?
It really is such an honor to be here today.
And see, these are the things that we're forgetting out here. That's the reason why, shout out to Coach Greg Adams. He talks about it all the time. Having a long memory, remembering things out there, especially black people. We need to remember stuff. This is serious. And we also need to start doing better research. We also need to start actually looking into things. Seriously.
So thank you. My whole journey with criminal justice reform.
What racist meets with the founder of BET, Black Entertainment Television, to discuss racism and ways to be a better person and ally to the black community?
I came away from that meeting understanding that President Trump is committed to reaching out to African Americans. And in the course of my conversation with them, we talked about a number of issues, if implemented by President Trump and his administration, will demonstrate that African Americans have something to gain by establishing a common ground with President-elect Trump and his administration.
Actions speak louder than words. And all these actions that Trump is doing for the black community, I don't understand how people keep pinning him as a racist when he actually is the worst racist out there. Project 2025.
You're going to hear tonight is a detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing if he were elected again.
Let's hear. I keep hearing about Project 2025 from everyone on the left and all these Democrats. They keep talking about this is Trump's plan, Trump's plan, Trump's plan. What does Trump have to say about it? Because the only time I've ever heard Trump speak about Project 2025 is when he's saying things like this.
Like some on the right, severe right, came up with this Project 25, and I don't even know. I mean, some of them I know who they are, but they're very, very conservative, just like you have. They're sort of the opposite of the radical left, okay? You have the radical left and you have the radical right, and they come up with this, I don't know what the hell it is, it's Project 25. He's involved in Project, and then they read some of the things, and they are extreme. I mean, they're seriously extreme, but I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it. But what they do is misinformation and disinformation, and they keep saying he's a threat to democracy. I'm saying, what the hell did I do for democracy? Last week, I took a bullet for democracy.
Like, let's be real. Like,
Hey, he really did. Took a bullet for democracy. And then a little while later, you know what I'm saying, got set up again. Well, you know, something else happened again to where we captured another idiot out here that tried to take him out. And then on top of that, he went back to Pennsylvania. Another idiot tried to get into the rally with a carload of ammunition, things like that. This was 3 times. Whoever these individuals are were trying to take him out. Come on now. Come on now. And if you don't know that, look it up. It's on my page. I did a broadcast on it. The 3rd attempt. Come on, people.
again, I keep saying let's be real because no one's being real. Like he's saying he doesn't know about it. He's saying he knows some people who put it together. He knows and admits that it's very far right, the same way there's a far left. And that's that. It's not fair to pin him to something that he says he has nothing to do with. It doesn't matter if he knows some of the people who wrote it, so does Kamala. He incited violence on January 6th.
President of the United States incited a violent mob to attack our nation's capital.
What did Trump actually say? Again, we keep being told what he said. We keep being told he incited violence. What did Trump actually say on Jan 6th at that rally? Let's listen.
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
Peacefully and patriotically march down to the Capitol. The crazy people on Jan 6th, that is not patriotic. That is delusional and that is insane and that is crazy. He encouraged people to walk peacefully and patriotically. And you know what's crazy about that whole thing and that the whole setup where he's speaking in DC and everybody goes and walks to the Capitol? I was there, not Jan 6 exactly, but an event just like this 2 months prior at the White House. Here's my invite. I told y'all I'm gonna be talking on my Dear Amir Odom, please see your invitation to remarks by the president to be held at the White House on Saturday, October 10th, 2020. It was a rinse and repeat event. When I heard that he told people, when everyone was like harping about Trump told everybody to like go to the Capitol, he always does that. He did that at the event that I was at. We all walked to the Capitol and then dispersed and went back to the hotels or went out to eat or went to the club. Except for Jan 6, you had the crazy people acting a fool. We still have more to go through, but it's very clear that the media is very elusive when it comes to telling the truth. Even when Trump got shot, you think the media in big tech would just be very clear about what happened and let everything come up and be shown, but no, we've seen that that's not the case. Google and Facebook accused of suppressing Trump attempted assassination. Let's dive right into this article. Total sources, 85, 12 leaning left, 33 leaning right, 14 on the center. So what has the center said about this? Google faced accusations of suppressing information about Donald Trump's July 13th assassination attempt by failing to show relevant search results. What did the left say about this? Google Meta debunks claims they were hiding details about Trump assassination. Sometimes the real explanation isn't political bias, but faulty products. Now we know these people can pull levers and pick and choose what to highlight. We've seen it be done. We just saw that viral video asking Alexa about why they should vote for Kamala, and then they give a list of reasons. Then you say, give me a list of reasons why I should vote for Trump, and Alexa's silent.
Alexa, why should I vote for Trump?
I cannot provide responses that endorse any political party or its leader.
Alexa, why should I vote for Kamala Harris?
While there are many reasons to vote for Kamala Harris, the most significant may be that she is a female of color with a comprehensive plan to address racial injustice and inequality throughout the country.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
What is that? So your own technology out there, if you got Alexa and all these other type of these broads on our technology, Alexa, Siri, yeah, we always naming shit after women out here. So what did Alexa just say? What did Alexa just say? Hold on here. Hold on.
Vote for Trump, and Alexa silent.
Alexa, why should I vote for Trump?
I cannot provide responses that endorse any political party or its leader.
Alexa, why should I vote for Kamala Harris?
While there are many reasons to vote for Kamala Harris, the most significant may be that she is a female of color with a comprehensive plan to address racial injustice and inequality throughout the country.
Yeah. Man, it's wild out here. And this is going to add up to the situation, the reason why black men are voting the way that we're voting and things like that. Whether it be on the couch, independent, or Trump, or whatever. This is the reason. Listen, look, I mean, you know, the technology is even, the female technology is even acting stupid out here.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
This is wild out here. Hold on. Jesus, hold on. Man, I can't even, man, hold on.
Who responsible for all these holes in the street? You?
We know, and we've seen it for years now, this constant bias. What is the right saying about it? Well, New York Post, okay, yeah, it leans right. Woke tech giant Google censors Trump and backs Harris. Google was accused of skewing search results relating to Republican president candidate Donald Trump in favor of Dem rival Kamala Harris. And what's crazy that we've all seen this, and the left isn't even denying it. You go back to what the left is saying. Remove your tinfoil hats. Social media mishaps aren't always billionaire election stealing plots. Regardless, you're still admitting that the search results and everything was bad for Trump, but good for Kamala. It's shady, and it's one of the many reasons why I love Ground News, because it equips you with the tools to see the left, right, and center and how they're really spinning things between different headlines and stories. So if you want to get involved, be sure to click the link below or scan the QR code here on the screen. And for those of you that are international, don't figure you can go right up to this corner, hit US edition, and you can talk between international, UK, Canada, so you can always get the news that matters to you. In utilizing the unlimited access to the Vantage plan, which is the one I have now, you can use Blind Spot, which is my favorite feature that they have. It shows you everything that the right is talking about, but the left isn't. And on the other side, it shows you everything that the left is talking about, but the right isn't. So you can see the news from a clear slate so that you can always see the news for what it is. A quick example is right here. Biden said black jobs. When Trump said black jobs, it was a show online and in the media. Everybody got upset. Everybody's calling him racist. Okay, Biden said the same thing. Biden just said black jobs at a recent talk. The left isn't talking about it at all, but of course the right is. And then over here on the right, you have Israeli airstrikes have killed at least 14 people, officials say, in Gaza. Mainly the left is reporting on this, but not the right. Why? Because we know the left is mainly all for Palestine and the right is mainly for all Israel. Clear example of, you know, they're just going to suppress that. They're not really going to highlight that because they'll make Israel look bad and they don't want that. Again, Blind Spot, it's an amazing feature. Click the link below or scan the QR code, especially in this hyper-politicized world that we're living in and how we've seen the media is able to mislead you. Ground News will always keep you grounded and tell you the truth for what it is. If you want to get involved with Ground News, be sure to sign up below, especially for unlimited access to the bank. He's going to take away abortion rights.
He and his allies would limit access to birth control, ban medication abortion, and enact a nationwide abortion ban with or without Congress.
Okay, let's see what Trump has said himself. What did he say?
You wouldn't support a national ban?
No, I wouldn't support a national ban. No, I would not.
He says he will not support a national ban on abortion. He said that multiple times. Let's see his stances on exceptions, because everyone's like he's going to ban it in totality. Let's see what he has to say about that.
But I believe in the exceptions for rape, incest, and the life of the mother. I think it's very important.
He said it plain and simple. For rape, incest, and life of the mother, he is also totally fine with abortion in that sense. He's going to take away IVF.
Taking away our freedom to control our bodies, the freedom to become a mother through IVF like I did.
Okay, Michelle Obama saying that Trump wants...
Whoa, hold on. Whoa. So you mean to tell me Michelle Obama used IVF to have her children?
So what the French toast is there to think about?
I didn't know that. Who knew that out there? She used, so she didn't have her children the natural way. Oh my. Wow. Who knew this?
Wants to get rid of IVF and he doesn't like IVF. Let's see what Trump actually thinks of IVF.
For mothers and families to have babies, not harder, that includes supporting the availability of fertility treatments like IVF in every state in America.
This video, I hope you're seeing, there's more to come, but I hope you're seeing right now that there's a lot of people at play just bluntly lying in our faces and getting away with it. Like, don't tell me how to think, don't lie to me about a person, just give me the truth, give me what they're saying. And it is evident with this video, you can barely trust the things that they're telling you. These videos are showing clear as day that there are a lot of left-leaning people who hate Trump just to hate Trump and are not giving credit where credit's due and acknowledging when he's actually being very modest. He's homophobic.
Pete Buttigieg. Don't you think it's just great to see the fact that you've got a guy there on the stage with his husband, and it's normal? It's not even.
I think
seen
it's
as a big deal.
absolutely fine. I do. As your president, I will do everything in my power to protect our LGBTQ citizens from the violence and oppression of a hateful foreign ideology.
So far, I don't know how this is homophobic. Apparently, we're going to get into it. But in practice, the Trump administration has pursued an anti-LGBTQ agenda. Let's hear what he's critiqued.
Department of Justice sent a memo to the Supreme Court. Title VII, which is a civil rights law protecting against discrimination on the basis of sex, does not extend to transgender workers.
Where are the gay people at? This has nothing to do with gay people. It goes back to the LGB versus the TQ+. I've talked about this in my other pieces of content. At the end of the day, like, I can't change the fact that I'm gay. I can't change the fact that I'm black, but I'm being told you can change your gender on the fly. Men can be women and women can be men. You know, I'm being told these things. So of course, like, if you can just switch it back, then boom. Like, you know what I mean? It's very dicey. So it makes sense why gender identity discrimination isn't really constituted as sexual discrimination. And especially when it comes to gay people, my friends just got married at Mar-a-Lago. Literally, Trump had a gay wedding at his house this.
If you get injured in an accident, even as just
Wow. So listen, look. You know, even this young man right here is saying that at the end of the day, though, you know, regardless of what all this rhetoric that's being spewed, you know what I'm saying, Trump is he's for all Americans, regardless of how are you living. And the thing of this is, you know, especially with the gay situation, it breaks down to, you know, what people actually doing in their bedroom and things like that. And I get, you know what I'm saying, of course, you know, what the Dems are doing, they're pushing the agenda a certain type of way, which, you know, as you could see, even, you know what I'm saying, even gay people are not just really on board with a lot of the things that the Dems are doing out here. Let's just keep this honest. They're not even for a lot of the way things have gone now are going. They're not even for it.
Seems like a very horrible racist person and a very horrible homophobic person if he's always constantly surrounding himself with multiple different races and multiple different sexualities. Again, actions speak louder than words, and as a gay man in this country, I am unfazed by President Trump. He's racist against Mexicans.
You have been widely criticized, Donald, as you know, for offending immigrants in your announcement speech. I want to just play again exactly what you said in that speech. Here you are.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. And some, I assume, are good people.
Now, you've tried to clarify this statement in recent days, Donald, but I guess the question comes down to this. Do you regret saying that specifically about rapists, or do you stand by it?
No, not at all. Of course, it's not only Mexico. If you let that run a little bit longer, it talks about people coming from all over. Coming from all over, they'll soon be coming, and probably already have be coming from all over the world. You're probably going to have people, you're probably going to have terrorists coming from the Middle East. Somebody said, oh, we don't have terrorists. They don't even know because they don't know who's coming.
Right. Now, before we keep going, this is the thing right here, and we see what's happening now. As you clearly see, hold on. As you clearly see in the prime video here, his son Barron is quite young at this point. So this is an old take, but he said what he said. But the thing of this is, we see what's happening now. We see these immigrants, we see these people are getting all this funding. We saw the receipts that they left in the bodegas and things like that. $13,000 on a fucking receipt, shit like that. We see that they're getting put in hotels and stuff like that in these sanctuary cities. We see what's going on now. This was back then. We're here now. We see what is going on now. He was absolutely right. We saw what happened up in Denver, that they tried to tell us that, oh no, that didn't happen right there. Oh no, that's not going on in Denver. These illegals didn't just rob gun stores and take all the guns and then put people out of apartment complexes. Oh no, that didn't happen at all.
So what's the French toast is there to think about?
That's what the mayor of Aurora was saying. Go back, fact check, research. He said it. You know, we can't forget about the 14-year-old girl that got stabbed at a baseball game in Indiana because that illegal had actually left Denver with the rest of Trendial Lagra and migrated out to Indiana and snuck off there and then snuck to some innocent baseball game and decided to stab a 14-year-old girl at a baseball game in Indiana. Let's not forget about that. Let's not forget about the young ladies. Oh man, I can't think of those young ladies' names. But the young ladies that were deleted by the legal immigrants, you know, that came over here and were not supposed to be here. Let's not forget. Let's not forget about the treachery that they committed in New York, stealing cop cars, robbing people on motor scooters. Let's not forget. Let's not forget about the treachery that they have done out in California. Let's not forget.
They don't even know because they don't know who's coming.
You can watch my video. I did a video on them on the border wall. There are Chinese people, Russian people, and Indian people flying to South America and coming up through Mexico through the border because it's that easy to break through. When watching that clip, it is clear Trump is not talking about the Mexican race. They're all rapists and disgusting and whatever it may be. He wasn't talking about that. He's talking about the people that are sneaking through the border. And speaking of the border, let's see what they have to think about it.
More than 80 migrants with previous criminal convictions were caught trying to cross into the United States illegally in the El Paso sector. According to Border Patrol, a pair of migrants from El Salvador who had ties to gangs were wanted for homicide. Another migrant who was also wanted for murder was sent back to Mexico. CBP says that many of the migrants are aggravated felons, sex offenders, child predators, drug traffickers, and drunk drivers.
So where did Trump lie in his statement? Because it's apparent at the southern border, there are criminals coming through Mexico that are murderers and rapists and serial crime offenders. The list goes on.
Right. And the list does go on. And these are the points and the facts and things like that that we're talking about here that add on to the reason why that at this particular point, definitely most black men in general, and definitely some of the women are not willing to deal with Kamala Harris because she's been a part of the administration that has been allowing set people to sneak in here and do their things and all this type of crap. And we want to sit here and act like this shit doesn't exist. Oh no, it doesn't exist. You know, it's just a figment of our imaginations out here. You know, we're just not aware. We're not informed. Oh no, these people are decent people. You know what I'm saying? The majority of these people are coming over here are families. You know, women and children and their husbands and things like that. You know, we're not bringing in military age men and things like that. No. That's not what's happening out here. No. You don't even see what you see.
exactly what Trump said. So instead of the media telling you that Trump says all Mexicans are rapists and they're all so bad, he's literally talking about what's actually happening at the border. And that video was so old, everything he said had just come true even more. It is an issue that we're dealing with at our southern border, but everyone keeps talking about race instead of focusing on what's actually going down. Y'all, we are being lied to about this man. He downplayed COVID. I want y'all to look at this real quick. Fact check. The World Health Organization did not say COVID can't transmit from person to person. I'm gonna repeat this, and it's on the screen. Fact check. The World Health Organization did not say COVID-19 can't transmit from person to person.
Yeah, we were all fooled out here.
Cool. So what did they say? Preliminary investigations conducted by the Chinese authorities have found no clear evidence of human-to-human transmission of the novel coronavirus 2019-nCoV identified in Wuhan, China. That is from the WHO. Listen, Trump downplayed COVID, Trump COVID this, Trump COVID. The people we were supposed to be listening to didn't get anything right at all either. No one's being real or consistent. You got Pelosi talking about come outside, come to Chinatown, everything's all fine and dandy.
You should come to Chinatown. Precautions have been taken by our city. We know that there's a concern about tourism traveling all throughout the world, but we think it's very safe to be in Chinatown and hope that others will come.
Just phony. And everybody was getting mad at him calling it the China virus. I'm sorry. Have you ever heard of the West Nile virus? Is that not a thing? Have you heard of the Spanish flu? We've always named flus and sicknesses from the country origin, not every single one, but it has been common. To pin that on Trump and the media keep calling him racist and a bigot for that, as if the West Nile virus and Spanish flu aren't a thing that we study in school.
Yeah, and it definitely was a thing that we studied in school. We all know these are facts. We all know these are facts.
I'm telling y'all, you really need to think for yourselves. Do not be lied and misled about this damn man. Is he crazy sometimes? Yes. Has he lied sometimes? Yes. But these are the most this list, there's more. This is the prominent list of the top key things that he's always been lied to about, and it's all being debunked right now. And I'm not just talking out my hoo-ha. It's coming from Trump himself. They're lying about the things that he's saying, y'all. Trump told people to take ivermectin and horse dewormer. The truth is, ivermectin, which is not only a drug for horses, there is a human-grade ivermectin, has worked for the same amount of people in my life as the same amount of people who got the vaccine and then still got COVID. At that, there's such thing as Advil for horses. So now just because you take an Advil, you take a horse medicine? No, that's not how this works. Why crap on someone medically for doing something that's worked for them and that was prescribed to them by their doctor? The same people that's constantly saying Trump is lying, Trump's a bigot, Trump spreads misinformation is the same group of people that was misled and wrong about everything regarding 2020 and COVID.
Not just protecting themselves, but reducing their transmission to other people and allowing society to get back to normal.
We can kind of almost see the end. We're vaccinating so very fast. Our data from the CDC today suggests, that vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick.
Getting vaccinated and getting a booster shot when eligible can save your life and protect you and your family and friends from getting seriously ill and spreading infection.
What do you think the probability is? 80%?
Personally, I think it's 100%. I think that there's a reduction in transmission.
Right. COVID, if you have these vaccinations.
We have all the vaccines we need. We just need our people to take it. A, for their own protection, for the protection of their family, but also to break the chain of transmission. You want to be a dead end to the virus. So when the virus gets to you, you stop it. You don't allow it to use you as the stepping stone to the next person.
And even Dr. Fauci came out, at some point and saying that the virus wasn't really what it was. Listen, look.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
All right. And if you don't believe it, look it up. Yeah, even Dr. Fauci reneged. And he was supposed to be the top dog in the healthcare system and things like that. This shit is crazy. Shit is crazy. Trying to trust all these bats out here, man. Shout out to you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all keep hitting that like button out there. You know what I'm saying? Comment if you need to. You know what I'm saying? I would prefer you to, but yeah, it is what it is out there. You know what I'm saying? Listen, look, we're gonna go here real quick. I want to check this out with you guys, and we're gonna see about the situation that happened in the barbershop, and then we're gonna dive off into the thick of things about the real things that and the tangibles that black men really want out here that they didn't ask us about. They're just trying to give us bullshit.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Right. So we're about to dive off into the thick of things out here. You know what I'm saying? Mad love to all my subscribers. Yes.
Kamala Harris visiting Detroit this week and rolling out a new agenda focused on garnering support from black men.
But the polls show Democratic support among black voters since 2020 is actually, as you can see right there, slipping.
So we decided to go to Detroit for our exclusive Barbershop Talk series to see what real Americans have to say. Let's take a look. As I always say, the barbershop is the center of everything in the community in Black America. So we start in Detroit, Michigan to figure out what the people are saying on the ground. Let's go. If the election were held today, who would win the election?
Kamala Harris. I think it's a coin flip at this time. I really do.
Yeah, I think the country is so divided, you wouldn't have numbers like you have if the country weren't divided between the two candidates. It's pretty much 50-50.
I'm still in between myself.
Yeah.
There's a lot of decisions have to be made. Me being an entrepreneur and a father and a grandfather, I'm looking at what state my children will be in 10 years from now.
At the end of the day, I'm Trump because my eyes open. I can see that he was doing a lot better than what we're going through right now. You can't even go to the grocery stores right now without making a life decision on what you want to get. You know, you got to compromise. We don't have to go through that 4 years ago.
You know, just being able to just live on a day-to-day basis, it has become a little harder at this point in time.
It's really hard to put our economic condition now on any particular administration.
In regards to the economy, I do think that Trump have some benefits as far as keeping our jobs right here, right here in this country, not sending another job overseas. We're already going through enough crisis right here in our country. And I think the working class, we need more job security right here in this country.
Who thinks immigration-wise, Kamala Harris is better?
I don't have enough information about that question.
That's fair. Who thinks Donald Trump would be better for the border?
Let's face it, individuals are coming into our country, not just illegal, but they're criminals.
The third issue is crime. Who do y'all feel like is the best candidate to handle crime in America?
Kamala Harris absolutely would be the best.
We have forgotten. The memory is so short right now. Was it not Vice President Harris who supported what? Defund the police?
More black men voted for Donald Trump than any other Republican ever. So why is that? What is leading toward more support for him versus any other Republican?
My brother is a firm Donald Trump supporter.
There you go.
And some things that he always says to me is that some of his principles, as far as abortion, as far as same-sex marriage, as far as those things, those are a lot of the sticking points that draw a lot of our black men.
Sometimes us as brothers, black brothers, we feel like the other is better than we are. We would, to me, that's that slavery mentality, that master is better, and that we want to.
Well, hold on, Bishop. Are you saying that the brothers that
I come from a different generation?
I understand that. Are you saying that the brothers that subscribe?
But see, that be the point too out here, seriously.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
We still have a lot of elders in the black community, you know what I'm saying, like this gentleman right here, hold on. Like this gentleman right here that are, you know, one of the elders, like he said, he come from a different generation and things like that, but he's not trying to re-educate himself. He's not trying to get more knowledge and things like that to see that the times have changed. And at the same time, though, too, once upon a time when black people did and were a part of the Republican Party, you know, hundreds of years ago and that's the truth. That is the truth. Look it up. Check it out. The black people were a part of the Republican Party. You know what I'm saying? Right, a little bit right after slavery. We helped build the Republican Party. So, you know, and to come into today's times and stuff like that, when we got switched to the Democratic Party through, manipulation, all of those types of things and stuff like that. Now that we're in this predicament here, we still have elders like this that are sitting here saying that, you know, well, this and that is going on, but you're not trying to actually gain more knowledge. You're not trying to see, you know, you're not trying to weigh the two balances. You're just going off what you're going on because, like, yeah, I'm a part of a different generation and stuff like that, instead of learning what's going on and keeping up with how things are changing. Because it's not the same. It's not the same.
Well, hold on, Bishop. Are you saying that the brothers that
I come from a different generation?
I understand that. Are you saying that the brothers that subscribe to Donald Trump, that feel like he would be better, have a slave mentality?
Many of us do still have a slave mentality. I'm voting for master.
The problem is black people, we vote emotionally. That's not smart.
But see, that's the point right there. You know what I'm saying? He's saying the slave mentality, but at the end of the day, though, we are in a slave situation right now. We've been in a slave situation, especially the majority of black people have been voting Democrat for over 60 years. We've been on the plantation, and this is what's happening. Black people haven't really gotten anything in 60 years as a whole. You know, I guarantee you, like, definitely, you know, definitely like 50, 40, something like that years. You know, and the Democratic Party has just been expecting our vote, you know, every election for at least over 40 years now. And they've been getting it. And that's the reason why we have this problem right now, is because they expected us to just fall in line overwhelmingly, like we've been doing for at least, you know, 40, 50 years now. And now it's at a point to where it's like, no, it's not happening anymore. It's like a glitch in the process system. It's like, I can't believe this is going on here. What's happening here? You know, black people overwhelmingly, you know, black men, women, they overwhelmingly been voting for us for 60 years. Like, what's going on here? What's wrong with the computer? So, yeah, it just is what it is.
We need to vote. We need to educate ourselves first.
We got to stop this emotional, because that's what's wrong with the black race. We too emotional. We can't. I can't have a opinion without you being mad.
No, that's what's wrong with black men. We too emotional. Too many fatherless homes. Not enough men in the homes getting your ass out there on the Saturday when you're growing up, you know what I'm saying, spending time with you, you know, doing manly things. You get out there, chop a few trees down, cut some grass. Young men need to be out in the sun growing up. I guarantee you.
Mad at me or something, or you upset when I said we got to come together.
The presidency is not a person, it's an institution to be protected. Okay, and I think we need to get back to that, understanding the position, understanding what the intended job is. Okay, it's not Kamala Harris, it's not Joe Biden, it's not Donald Trump, right? It's the United States of America.
That was great. I want to go to that barbershop.
It was so much fun. As you can see, the tension got up at points of it, but it's an authentic conversation. And I left with 50% of them are going to vote for Donald Trump and 50% of them are going to be for Kamala Harris. Right. Still some undecided people in there as well. But the one consensus that you continue to hear is about the Trump economy, the Trump economy, the Trump economy. Sure. The other thing you hear, at least for some of the people that are going to vote for Kamala Harris, is that they want to be a part of the history of the first black woman being president. So there's a balance of economics.
Right. But where's the policy at?
So what the French toast is there to think about?
We already got duped with Obama and trusting that fact. Okay, listen, look, I'm gonna tell y'all old people something out there. This is facts. Because you know what I'm saying, you know, I do go through my analytics and I see who's actually watching and stuff like that from different age groups and stuff like that. Listen, look, this is the facts right here. And like I say, I'm early 40s. Listen, look, I get it. You know, I did vote for Obama in the first term, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? We were all mesmerized out here to have that factor. I get it. And, you know, cool, fine. That's over with now. You know, we've had the first black anything in the White House. Now we're at a point right here to where this shit is treacherous. It's overwhelming that we having these economical issues, you know, things that are going down right now. You know, elders, if y'all can't see that, you know what I'm saying, $750 is not going to help people that are in tragedy from hurricane issues, talking about FEMA running out of money, or you can't see the fact that the immigrants are being brought in here and things like that, and they're trying to make these people legal to push your younger people out, you know, to push your younger bloodline generation out. Elder black people, men and women, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't see that this party is trying to push trying to push your younger bloodline out and allow these illegals to come in, and they're giving them all these amenities, you know what I'm saying? Food, places to stay, $13,000 on cards, all this type of stuff, billions of dollars being spent on illegal people coming in here. And you, as black elders, you can't see this? Okay, then we got to leave you behind.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
We got to leave you behind. Go ahead on and sit down, you know, drink your one-a-days, you know, eat your oatmeal. You know, it's time for y'all to get out the way. Time for y'all to get out the way. Because we're not going for it any longer. We're no longer in the daydream state out here, okay? We're no longer. We see that the Dem party is changing. It's not for any people with common sense. They actually love their country. They actually love humanity. It's not for that.
Versus history making going on.
Yeah, I think what mattered the most to them, it sounds like keeping jobs in America and paying for groceries at the grocery store for prices to go down so they would have more money to feed their families. And then the one guy said about Kamala Harris, I don't have enough information on her stance on immigration. Like, how much time do you have? Because we could inform you.
One of the brothers that was in the barbershop is a construction worker. Okay. And he goes, look, I don't want to give Donald Trump credit on this, but he goes, when I was in the construction industry, because of what was happening in the border, when he was cracking down on it, he goes, our wages went up because they weren't allowed to hire. They didn't have the illegals to hire. So he goes, I have to give him some credit on that because it did directly impact my job. And I think that's what it's going to come down to as the race settles down. We're like almost like getting close to 2 weeks out. Then people are going to make decisions based on how it will impact their day-to-day lives.
Well, and the barbershop itself, I bet business is off from the heyday just because people don't have enough money to go and get a haircut, a shave, and they do a shoe shine there too, right?
That's 100% right. It's a traditional barbershop, very respectful though. Even though the conversation got heated sometimes, it was civil, and the people left hugging, dapping each other up, and went right back to work.
Okay. So you did this first time in Chicago,
Detroit. Then we're going to air Atlanta, and then we're going to have a big one in the.
Okay. So that's the end of that joint. Listen, look, we're going to keep this thing moving. we're gonna keep it moving, and we're gonna go here now. And we're gonna get into Brother Dennis Sperling podcast. A shout out to Brother Dennis Sperling.
What the French toast is there to think about?
Phenomenal lawyer out of Texas. Real talk. Definitely about the facts. Definitely about the policies and and the things that we need to understand. Definitely as black men that we actually need to get. And we're going to get into the tangibles of what black men actually need and want versus what people are trying to give us. So, all right, let's dive off into it. Quarters, nickels, and dimes.
Here in Houston, Texas. My mandate is to be an advocate for black men, largely because I am a black man. I'm a black father. I have black sons. And I want to make sure that the issues confronting black men are defended, protected, enunciated, spoke upon by black men who have a vested interest in the black community. And so my draw to Black Manosphere or YouTube in general to use my voice, my wisdom, my experience was solely because black men weren't being heard. But they're hearing us now. They're hearing us as to our issues related to modern relationships, politics, education, finance, and so many other things. And I'm extremely proud of these gentlemen. I'm extremely proud of the people who put this together. It is a wonderful event, and I look forward to attending in the years to come. Hey, man, I do what I do.
That did vote for Trump.
So let me get this straight. If I vote for a party that can't define what a woman is, I'm no longer ridiculous or crazy. If I vote for a party that wants boys in my daughter's sports and restrooms, I'm no longer ridiculous or crazy. If I vote for a party that thinks they can pander to me using kente cloths and hot sauce, I'm no longer crazy. If I vote for a party that has done nothing but destroy my community for the last 60 years and open the borders in order to replace my vote and destroy my community further, I'm no longer crazy. If I vote for the party that wanted to keep me from voting, wanted to keep Jim Crow, wanted to keep slavery, the party of the Klan, I'm no longer crazy. And I'm no longer crazy or ridiculous if I vote for the candidate who's been in the office as vice president for the last 3.5 years and admitted to having a large part in pushing the harmful policies that have hurt my country, who can't answer basic questions and is quite possibly the worst candidate in American history, says she's going to bring change while at the same time admitting there's nothing she'd change about the last 3.5 years and made us the laughing stock of the world. And you think I'm the crazy one. I think it's crazy you think I should vote for a candidate based on skin color rather than how their policies will affect my life. It's pretty sick.
We've got to.
Novelist, strategist, soldier, and so much more. The great Mark Halperin is here.
Damn, you just smoked up, boy. This is what black men are talking about. Somebody type black men winning in the chat room. So here's the thing, the evolution of feminism from second wave, because I gotta explain, and I want to explain, I feel compelled to explain to you all why black men are turning to the conservative party or why they're voting conservative value. Because remember, the conservative party, they full of racists. That's what they tell you. They're a bunch of racists over there. So what is it? How dare they? Right? Somebody said, how dare you all vote for a bunch of racists? How dare? That's what they said. They can't understand. We was able to scare them. We were just telling them Donald Trump is a threat to the world. You know what I'm saying? This man damn near 80 years old. How much? I mean, let's just keep it one. He's gonna stay in office forever. You know he's 80. You know that, right? I'm just doing the numbers here. He like 80, and I know he get around real good. I don't know how that dude stays up and does all those broadcasts at night like that. 80 years old. But bottom line is we just need him to go ahead and do what he got to do before he ease on up out of here. But what I'm saying is clearly the man's not going to be in power forever because the man is 80 years old almost, all right? Nevertheless, it's important for me to try to help you all understand or help us understand what we think and why we as black men are turning to this conservative party that they've tried to scare us out of supporting. And see, the thing is, and let's go with the manosphere. Shout out to everybody. We got 13 super chats. I need 7 more.
and we'll be ready to go. So the evolution of feminism from second wave through the third and the fourth wave has had a profound impact on societal structures. While early feminist movements, they sought equality and justice for women. In recent decades, feminism is increasingly been associated with anti-male rhetoric. You got women saying, unalive all the men. You see what I'm saying? You got them saying, we don't need men. We built this country. And see, this narrative has reached a point where many argue it's damaging the very fabric of society. Policies and ideologies stemming from these feminist waves, they've marginalized men and questioned the value of traditional masculine roles. Feminists, these, or should I say the extremists in particular, push the idea that men should be held accountable for historical injustices against women, demanding not only equality, but compensation for perceived transgressions throughout history. And this has led to a culture where men are demonized simply for existing within traditional gender roles. Somebody typed man spreading. Y'all remember when they outlawed men sitting with their legs open on the bus? This is how bad it was back in 2015 when you had the rise of the manosphere and the black manosphere. This is the direction they were. They were trying to shame men for not wanting to date big girls. Just think about that. Just think, they would just, this was horrible. But anyway, as a result, men, particularly black men, shout out to Mr. Wright, shout out to everybody who contributed to the Cash App, man. I'm gonna give y'all some love in it. But black men, we've grown increasingly delusioned and disengaged from society's major institutions, church, university, politics, education, even the family unit. That's why you only have 46% of black men who aren't married and don't have children. Shout out to Ivy Dreams. Always good to see you in here, my little AKA Star Rock. Not all the AKAs are supporting Kamala Harris. I'm just keeping, I guess y'all can kind of figure a little something out. I hear a lot of rhetoric about the so-called Divine Nine. I'm just keeping 100 with you. I call it the Great Eight because it's some of them little fraternities I can't. They just popped up. I'm older than they are. I'm like, I can't support your little fraternity, man. But anyway, but I'm just kidding. But anyway, bottom line is, just because you are in a fraternity or a sorority does not necessarily mean you step lockstep with the policies and so on of people just because they happen to be in that fraternity or sorority. Nevertheless, somebody says, shout out to my man Slim Shady. I'm an iota. Man, I feel bad for you, man. That's terrible, little UPS fraternity. Praise God. Let me leave you alone, man. I thought y'all was a band fraternity when I first where you flew that. Let me stop. Let me cut it out. Anyway, so let me get back to what I'm saying. So bottom line is, men are falling away from these institutions. You know, and these are the same institutions that men built and maintained. These institutions now feel, and we feel pushed out and unappreciated, and that's why you have this withdrawal. Okay, these vital roles. When you got men withdrawn from the vital roles that they participate in maintaining these institutions and building these institutions, what's going to happen is you're going to have a larger societal collapse. When men who are responsible for maintaining the very foundations of a nation stop participating, the consequences are dire. The nation itself begins to crumble. This collapse is most visible and seen in the black community right now, where men have been systematically emasculated, removed from leadership in the family, pushed to the margins of society. And it's been done over the past 60 years. Under Democrat policies, we always harken back to slavery. It's been the past 60 years. Kevin used to harping on this all the time. We were the most married group of people fresh out of slavery all the way up into 1955 until these democratic policies kicked in. They've had a devastating effect on the black communities. It was intentional divide and conquer. We always talk about systematic racism. How about systematic neglect? How about intentionally trying to divide the Black community? That's what Democrats did. And that's why right now, we have such a societal and economic breakdown, family disintegration, cultural erosion. And so in response to this societal shift, Black men are increasingly gravitating towards conservative values. The Republican Party, which it's with its emphasis on tradition and personal responsibility and the return to patriarchal structures and some of this anti-rainbow stuff, it offers an alternative that resonates with many men who feel disenfranchised by feminism and these liberal politics. Somebody type, just say no to woke in the chat room. Somebody type, just say no to woke in the chat room. And so for men, the conservative movement represents a return to order, stability, and masculine leadership values.
And you know what I'm saying? We definitely need that out here.
So what's
Seriously.
the French toast is there to think about?
And to be honest with you, though, you know, and if you've been watching this broadcast in and out, you know what I'm saying? You know, regardless of whether people are black, white, whatever culture, gay, straight, it don't matter. Everybody wants order in this country. Everybody wants order in this country. Order equals decent living. Order equals decent stability to where we can all eat. We can all have decent lives. We can all provide for our loved ones and friends and families. We can all do the things that we want to do in a peaceful way. That's what stability provides. And to be honest with you, though, everybody out here wants a masculine man to step up and do things. We hear it all the time. Women want masculine men to pay for things and be traditional and this and that. Women want men to be able to go to war still to protect the country and stuff like that. And it just is what it is. It just is what it is.
That we believe are crucial for rebuilding society. By reclaiming these patriarchal roles, Black men are seeking to restore balance within their families and communities, which we feel and we know has been disrupted by decades of these policies by the Democrats. So this shift to conservatism is not just about politics, it's about survival. Shout out.
Right. Survival. And like I told you just a second ago, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of what the race, gender, all this other type of crap that's going on, it's about survival. And we need our communities to be able to be a balance. It's a balance. Nobody's saying just go totally right or just go, you know what I'm saying, totally left. It has to be a balance in order for survival to happen.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
You old dish-eyed fool.
It has to be a balance.
Shout out to my man, Animal Advocate. Welcome as a new member. Look, the disenfranchisement of men, particularly Black men, has created an existential crisis for both individuals and for society at large. By aligning with conservative principles, Black men are attempting to reclaim our place as leaders and to rebuild these social institutions that have been weakened by the erosion of traditional gender roles. And in our eyes, and I think we all seeing clearly, what we see as a change in the direction of politics is a cure for a society that has become sick with anti-male rhetoric. Now, the good brother Kevin Samuels, I want to talk to y'all about something. I think the first person I heard bring up Black manosphere politics was BGS Ibmore. Somebody type BGS in the chat room. Somebody type BGS in the, oh, she said Animal Advocate. Sorry, Mr. Brother, I'm a woman. Well, all right then, baby. All right then. Shout out to you. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a little hand clap. Welcome to the membership. But look, the first person I heard talking about Black manosphere politics, it was an off-the-cuff comment that BGS Ibmore made around 2015, 2016. And he said, wait till the politics. Somebody type BGS in the chat room. Somebody type BGS Ibmore in the chat room. Y'all go over to his page and tell him Uncle D say what's up. Y'all put a link to this on his page because he needs to be given his flowers. This man, 9 years ago, I know who he is. Y'all don't know who he is. He and I have actually communicated. Shout out to the West Side, man. I got much love for BGS Emma. He old school with it. You know what I'm saying? Old school. He was part of that group of people that my mom and my family members would hang out with, you know, back in LA, back in the day. But anyway, tell him I said Lamert Park, study sessions. Anyway, so he said, wait till they get hold of the politics. And that stuck with me. That stuck with me like, damn, that's brilliant. One of the most brilliant men I've ever heard speak, BGS Edmore. Brilliant, brilliant. Same thing with him and Obsidian. Brilliant men, brilliant thinkers, thought leaders. You see? But the bottom line is, he said, wait till the politics emerge. This was 9 years ago. And here we are. Okay? Now, I'm going to draw a line between what Kevin Samuels did and the rise of these relationship, Black Manosphere relationship talking points with that. So let me tell a story, okay? One that you all know already. Kevin Samuels became prominent because he tapped into the growing urgent issue, and that was the collapse of traditional relationships in Western countries. See, he was as popular here in America, but he was also popular in the UK. He was popular in Australia. He was popular in all the Western countries where they speak English. And see, what Kevin did was he took these same manosphere relationship talking points. He repackaged them. Kevin never claimed all of that stuff was his. He repackaged them. Remember, Kevin was a salesperson, a really good salesperson from what I understand. He repackaged these Black Manosphere relationship talking points, and he brought them to the mainstream in a package that was palatable. Okay, he dressed the part. He had the little music playing. He was very Afro-futuristic with what he did. All these, you know, he would go off the cuff and talk about these different fragrances and so on and so forth. You know, Kevin had about 3,000 different bottles of fragrances in his apartment. His daughter and his best friend told me when they went down to his spot in Atlanta to clean up, that he had 3,000 bottles of fragrances. My God, right? And so he was really into that, you know, and on top of that, people were sending him stuff because he was promoting it. So Kevin was getting money hand over fist. But the bottom line is what he brought to it, it resonated with a broad audience that had been yearning for candid, honest discussions about the failures of modern relationships, particularly within the Black community. And his direct and often controversial approach spoke to the frustration shared by men, especially those who felt marginalized or overlooked in conversations about dating, marriage, and gender dynamics. Just because they're not on the internet doesn't mean they're not experiencing the same thing. The internet is the YouTube, the manosphere, the Black manosphere is just the pussy pimple where it's erupting to the surface. Beneath there is a sickness, and everybody is feeling it. So Samuel's popularity surged because he addressed a critical societal need, the need to confront these unrealistic expectations that women had developed in the dating market. One of these key arguments centered around the concept of sexual marketplace value, that's SMV, and which posits both men and women and the value based on attractiveness, age, and other factors that influence desirability in relationships. Okay, basically Kevin said, this is your sexual marketplace value, and what's your dress size? How old are you? How would you rate your looks, your beauty on a scale of 1 to 10 without using 7?
Hold on, let me get a little.
On to the with their own sexual market ability to package these talking points in a way that resonates. That thought for a minute. So, look, I knew there was going to be a shift in Black male political allegiance.
I knew that. Many BGS knew it 10 years ago. You see? But see, the real drivers of this trend are the men who have lived through and reacted to the current societal conditions. It's not because I've got on the internet and I'm driving it. See, they want to blame these yahoos on the internet for what's going on. But that's not what it is. It doesn't, I can say what I want to say. It's the social conditions. Somebody type social conditions. The current social conditions which have given rise to Black men's realignment with the political party or the conservative political party. It's not just political analysts. It's not just YouTubers. It's not just commenters who have shaped this movement. It's Black men on the ground facing these family courts, facing this economic system that we're dealing with. The realities of today's policies, okay, and politics have set the stage for this change. The conditions that have emerged in society, this extreme anti-man, anti-Black male, these anti-Black male policies, as well as these harmful societal norms, they've given rise to a powerful need for resistance and realignment. And this is not just about abstract theories or isolated incidents. It's about the everyday experiences of men who feel marginalized by a system that doesn't seem to care about our concerns. See, one thing that must be understood is that just like in education, the role of the teacher is observed and reflect back what's happening in the world around them. And in this case, Black men are the students who have been experiencing the shift in societal dynamics. The changes that we are witnessing are a direct response to these conditions. And men affected are the ones leading the charge towards this new political reality. See, as I said earlier, there's this old saying, there's this old adage that when the student is ready, the teacher will come. And this applies here. When the problem becomes evident, the solution emerges. In the same way the body creates antibodies to fight off a disease, Black men have responded to the toxic social and political environment that we've been forced to navigate with a remedy. The rise in policies that seem designed to undermine traditional male roles, combined with societal norms that label masculinity as toxic, have created a need for pushback. Black men.
Definitely that.
You'll thank me in the morning.
You ain't right, man.
Oh, I'm right. You'll see.
Definitely that. And these are the factors here. Yeah, I had to skip through just a tiny bit. You know what I'm saying? Still shout out to Brother Dennis Sperling, Uncle D. You know, the thing of this is yes, this has created a situation to where we have to have pushback. You know what I'm saying? We as men no longer can actually go through this. This is definitely as Black men. You know, we have our own fight just as well as white men have their own fight, Indian, Asian, they have their own fights within their culture as well and things like that. But we definitely have our own fight. And we went so long with not actually putting up the fight and things like that until we actually got into the situation now to where we have the internet and things like that, to where we can actually share our stories and information with each other as Black men and stuff like that. And we could clearly see that now, yeah, it's no longer, we're no longer going to go with the foolishness.
Men are increasingly voting Republican because they see the conservative platform as a response to this problem. It offers solutions that acknowledge our struggles and reaffirm our place in society.
Right.
See, this political shift is not simply reactionary. It's not a reactionary move, but it's rather an adaptive response to the conditions at hand. Just as the body naturally develops these antigens to fight off harmful invaders, Black men are rallying behind a party that promises a return to traditional values and a restoration of male leadership and the policies that challenge the extreme measures put forth by these progressive liberals in this rainbow agenda. See, this is a natural evolution by the need to restore balance and address the harmful effects of policies that have marginalized men, particularly Black men, for years. These Black manosphere talking points are now in the political mainstream, and they're shaping the 2024 election. And this once niche idea of Black manosphere is now entered into the political mainstream, and it's really changing how things go. These talking points, which were initially confined to these online spaces. Somebody type Dusty Beta Male in the chat room. Somebody type incel. You incels and Dusty Beta Males, right? That's remember that. Somebody type incel in the chat room. See, that's what they call them. That's what they call us. Y'all crazy. They focus heavily on empowering Black men and addressing the concerns about us.
Right, we're crazy. What is Sonny from The View? Sonny from The View. Yeah, these crazy Black men that don't want to do this and they don't want to obey, and these crazy Black men. Yeah, of course. All right, then, Black men, we're crazy, but you didn't say that that any other race of men was crazy at all. With your Spanish ancestry, slave-holding ass. Yeah, okay, Sonny from The View.
Society that has systematically sidelined us with its family court, the justice system, economic preference, hiring women over men, education system. But now this shift, this monumental shift, it now reflects a growing awareness of the issues Black men face, particularly in relation to the Democratic Party and its alignment with these matriarchal values. At the core of the Black manosphere's message is a belief that the Democratic Party is structured in a way that prioritizes the needs and rights of women over men. It's matriarchal. We recognize that. And this viewpoint is deeply rooted in observations of how the party approaches key areas. I done said it, I'm gonna say it again. Family court, education, finances, social influences. The family court, for instance, right? Most of us are dealing with that right now. Many of us ended up over here because of the family court system, being alienated for your children. What Black men feel, and we know from our experience, that we have a disadvantage when it comes to custody battles and legal disputes. And hell, I'm over here, I start going on the internet because of some of that I was dealing with. And with the system favoring women, we know it to be true, even in the educational system. We know that boys, particularly Black boys, are being neglected in favor of programs designed to uplift girls and women. And financially, the policies of the Democrat Party, number one, we can talk about welfare, but let's go ahead to the education. They'll give a Black woman a scholarship to go to college, educate her. She gets out of school making more money. And so, in other words, when we look at
and that's to further destroy the community. Listen, look, when these people do research on everybody, and we have systems in play, these colleges, these institutions, these political systems, they do research on the thought processes of human beings, period. And I'm gonna start there, real talk. When they do the research on the thought process of human beings and stuff like that, definitely versus men and women, they know that women cannot see men or cannot think of men that are not economically viable to protect and provide and things like that. They're going to see them as weaker or lesser. So yes, they strategically promote the women to get more money, to get more education, to get more value and things like that in society, and keep the men at a certain, and keep certain amounts of men at a certain deadlock and things like that, to where, you know, they could be locked out en masse and the women won't see them that way. That's the reason why we have these talking points and stuff like that. The women talk crazy to us, all the type of shit, you know what I'm saying? And you know, things like that. Yes, it's all a strategical play. Now, I'm not saying that it's not on you as a man to try to better yourself or try to make sure that you do the strategical things to put yourself in certain positions to where you can actually win in life and stuff like that. But that's at the same time, though, too, there are systems in play to where, you know, it's a little bit more, it's a little bit more harder to make certain moves unless you have the other people around you that want to win with you. You know, life is about networking out here. And Black men, we have an issue with networking. That's the reason why we don't have the tangibles that we need. We need the tangibles as far as, you know what I'm saying, healthcare, things like that. We need the tangibles as far as, you know what I'm saying, the true education that we need, financial education when we're growing up, things like that. You know, it shouldn't just have to, you know, come from our family. When we go to these other cultures, they get the proper financial education as far as, you know what I'm saying, what they need to do with their money, how it's supposed to go, how money really flows. It's a currency value. The currency is like water, it flows to and forth. So, you know, yeah, it's a lot that we're not getting as Black men, and we haven't been getting in our communities and culture and things like that throughout the centuries, well, throughout the decades and stuff like that. That's keeping us, you know, kind of at bay.
Democratic Party in the educational system is being geared more towards the empowerment of women, often at the expense of men. And it leaves us feeling disempowered in the society that we built and that we maintain. And so this societal shift has not gone unnoticed. The Black manosphere knows and argues and suggests that the needs of men, especially men, and especially Black men, who've been systematically cast aside, and we need to make sure that we have a political agenda that's addressed. See, this dynamic has given the rise to an environment where many Black men feel left behind, we're misunderstood, we're unfairly treated. The conditions within the Black community itself, particularly the breakdown of traditional family structures and the emasculation of Black men, that's fueled the rise of the Black manosphere also. Whether it's your mama or your baby mama, it's all in there. It's all in your life, whether it's something you've had to deal with. That emasculation is the problem. And what you see, the Black manosphere, is a response to a society that has undervalued the contributions of men and have marginalized our concerns. In other words, somebody type "walk it off" in the chat room. Take it like a man in the chat room. And see now.
Right. We've all heard those talking points. You know what I'm saying? You're just supposed to deal with it. You're just supposed to tolerate the attitudes, the disrespect, and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Within the you know, some Black men within their own families, and also the women on the outside. You're just supposed to tolerate that because the color of your skin. If that's not racism, I don't know what is.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
And yes, to be honest with you though, I hate to say it, but you can be racially profiled by the own women and men in the Black community. You can be. It's ridiculous.
As these Black manosphere talking points gain traction, they are influencing national politics. The 2024 presidential race is a clear example of how these ideas have moved beyond the fringes into the political spotlight. And the candidates, particularly on the Republican side, are beginning to recognize the frustrations of Black men. And really, Black men are beginning to align and recognize that there's no loyalty coming from the Democrat Party. So they're aligning themselves with the Republican Party. Now, the mainstream of Black manosphere talking points is not just about relationship dynamics. It's about reshaping how Black men view our place in society and our role in politics. See, the 2024 election will be heavily influenced by this new wave of political thinking. And as Black men become a key demographic whose voices and concerns are no longer ignored, well, hey, they got to deal with us. This rise of the Black manosphere is giving Black men a platform to speak out against societal norms that we feel are unjust and that have marginalized us. And now the platform is impacting high levels of political discourse. So Black men are increasingly rejecting the Democrat Party. And we're doing so in favor of more conservative ideas, a shift that's closely tied to our socioeconomic ascent. All right? What I'm saying is, as more Black men reach middle age and many achieve middle-class status, bringing with it the natural shift in priorities that align more with conservative values. And this shift is not merely ideological, but is practical, as wealth accumulation often changes how people view political issues such as immigration, taxes, and government regulation. What I'm saying is, according to the statistics, 60% of Black men reach middle class, upper middle class, or they're rich. by the time they hit middle age. So what does that mean? You become naturally more conservative. That's what's going on, brothers. The reason that you no longer are into ratchet ghetto behavior is because you got money now and you don't want to be around that. You see?
Basically, AKA, real talk, you got shit to lose.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
You got shit to lose. And these are part of the situations that, you know what I'm saying, even the powers that be, the government, whatever you want to call it, you know, they know these tangibles and things like that. They know what's going on, and they see the statistics. They know the rates and things like that, and they understand as well, you know, what's happening here. They know what's happening. Obama and them, they know what's happening. The reason why Obama came out and said what he said, the way that he said it, real talk, is because he knows what's happening. He knows that it's an overwhelming amount of men out here. He's aware of the manosphere. Don't fool yourself out there. He's aware of what's going on YouTube, all these spaces. He's aware of this. Why you think he spoke upon Pookie in that video? You know that we all seen it. Either, well, Pookie's not finna vote. Okay, then, yeah. Why do you think he spoke upon that? Those are talking points within YouTube Black Manosphere. Pookie and Ray Ray. Come on now.
That's why you're changing this to money. Somebody type money in the chat room. Speaking of which, I got 19 super chats and I need 20, and that'll be plenty. Somebody type money in the chat room. Again, one of the main reasons, and I can't walk away from this. Let me explain to you something. They did every damn thing they could to hold us down. We came up, and even oftentimes we didn't even have the help of our own Black sisters. But still, from the 1960s to 2024, we went from 60% of Black men in poverty to 60% of Black men having reached the middle class of a middle class of rich. What does that tell you about the tenacity of the Black man here in America? What does that tell you about how tough we are, how resilient we are as a group with no help? With literally with their boots on our neck, we still rise. I want you to think about that. Being hounded by the police, being ostracized. Many of you brothers were pushed to the back of the class or sent off to the little retarded classes. I shouldn't say retarded. Y'all sent to the special ed classes. You will make promises that nobody keep. Some of your home lives were terrible. Your mothers didn't treat you like they should. Half of you ain't been told that you're handsome. You've been called everything but the child of God by the people that's supposed to love you. Some of y'all didn't have your father. You didn't have good role models. And still, in the past 60 years, we have flipped the script and we have become, as many of us have now reached the middle class, upper middle class of rich. That's amazing. That is an amazing accomplishment, brother. Somebody type amazing Black man in the chat room. That is amazing. Inside of 60 years, in 2 generations. That is amazing. Woo, brothers, you need to give yourself a hand. But again, as I said, one of the main reasons for this growing conservatism amongst Black men is our desire to protect our wealth and our assets that we work real hard to accumulate with no help. You see, as I said, with greater financial success comes a desire for stability and preservation of status quo.
Right. And that's one of the tangibles that at the end of the day, though, we have now. You know what I'm saying? Of course, not en masse, but you know what I'm saying? We do have, we're on a different state. We're on a different state of mind, a different situation, especially as Black men. And for those who are in the middle class and above and things like that, or, you know, the lower middle class that are actually trying to reach the middle class and reach beyond that, you know, yes, we need actual facts that are going to actually help us, not marijuana and fake ass loans.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
So, yeah, You want to do something. You want to give us something to keep us more sedated. Other than all the liquor stores that happen to be in the black community en masse, I can't even drive down the fucking street without seeing 2 liquor stores within at least a mile of each other out here. This shit is crazy.
Like many who rise to the middle class, upper middle class, or rich, black men are increasingly want policies to protect our economic interests, and that includes keeping taxes low to maximize our income, limiting government regulation, and to allow businesses and other investments to flourish.
Right.
And controlling this damn immigration.
Right. Because the immigration affects us the most. Because at the end of the day, let's just keep this real right here. As the black community, we're still the lowest community in America, period, to a degree. You know what I'm saying? Not just necessarily the lowest, but we are at the situation right now to where we do not need, mass amounts of illegal people coming in, undermining our jobs, undermining the natural born black African Americans who have descendants of slave or just descendants period of the black people in this country who fought for things, the rights and all this other type of stuff that actually are the reason why these other people could come over here. Because we paved the way. We shall overcome. We shall overcome one day. One day. Damn it, at the end of the day, though, now's the time to overcome.
So what the French toast
It's
is gonna
now.
think about?
It's now to start asking for tangibles that we need, and marijuana and fake ass loans are not it. Now, it's come on now, especially policies that you try to come up with at the last minute to appease the thought process so you can get the votes and stuff like that at the last minute. Hold on. Shit is crazy.
We don't want competition, and we don't want to get robbed by we don't want a competition for our jobs, and we don't want to get robbed by these Venezuelan migrants up here. That's what we don't want.
Right. Shout out to Denver and that damn mayor out there that oh no, this is not happening. This is not happening in Denver. Y'all are being illuded. Like, this is an illusion. This is not happening in Denver. Well, Aurora, come on, man.
And so these core conservative values are strongly represented in the Republican Party, which positions itself as a party of economic freedom and reduced government intervention. On top of that, the family values, you don't want these Rainbow Coalition folk raising your kids. You want your sons to have wives so you can have grandkids. That's what happens when you get older. Additionally, the brothers feel alienated by what we know to be this anti-black male positioning and policies of the Democrat Party. For years, the Democratic Party has focused heavily on issues that affect women, particularly black women, at the expense of addressing the concerns of black men. We would just ignore it. Shout out to KJ, Black Man Politics. I'm here for it. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a big shout out. Thank you so much for that 100 bone. But let's get back to it. So again, we're dealing with a Democrat Party that is that focuses heavily on women and ignores the heck out of black men. And this is evident in all the areas. How do you have a policy that gives a woman with children a place to live, but purposely tells you the man can't live here? How more anti-male can you get? I'm gonna give you food stamps, but the man that you can't be married. Nah, he got to be out. Think about that. At the height of equality,
and that incentivized the situation for black women to get away from black men. That incentivized black women to talk to us the way that they talk to us nowadays en masse. Now, I'm not talking about, individual situations. I know every black woman does not do these types of things. I know every black woman does not think like this. And it's just the point. But en masse, the situation is what we've been hearing for the past 30 years, damn near or more, that, we don't need men. Men are trash, this and that. We've been hearing this from our own community, steadily pushing men away. The to where we could protect our communities, protect our sons, and protect our daughters from a lot of outside influences and things like that, to where the community could stay solid. But no, we've been pushed out due to economic situations that at the end of the day, though, are more alluring to our women. It's just non-negotiable about that.
And feminine equality, you still treating the man as if he has to have a cape on and be Superman, but you giving the woman the benefit. You giving her the tax dollars that mostly other men pay into the taxes. Think about that. Men were disadvantaged, even in custody battles right now. Educational policies that prioritize Black girls over Black boys. Black men know that the Democrat Party is more attuned with the needs of women and other marginalized groups. But you ask them to do something for a Black man, oh no, not gonna happen. They do more for immigrants that just walked up here from at Eagle Pass than they do for Black men who've been in this country for 400 years. See, these Democrat policies that promote these so-called progressive social change, they conflict with traditional values and middle class Black men that we've embraced. Issues like defunding the police. Y'all know goddamn well you don't want to defund the police.
I'm not for it. I'm not. And like I've said in multiple broadcasts that I've done before, and I put it out there. Yeah, at one point, yeah, I ran the streets too. I ran the streets too at one point in my earlier years. No, I'm still not for defunding the police. Hell no. Oh no, we do not need to do no crazy ass crap like that. Now, of course, they're good and bad apples. It is what it is. But no, though, that's stupid to do so.
And had them run up on you, them youngsters running up on you, them young bulls running up on you with them little pea shooters, taking you out your nice, big, beautiful BMW. You don't want that. You don't want to defund the damn police. You don't want them running up in your 3-story townhouse in the middle of DC. You don't want that. We want the police not to hit upside the goddamn head when we minding our business. Okay, we don't want that, dude. That's what we want to avoid. We want you to do something about these racist cops. But we damn sure want some cops out there keeping these knuckleheads in line. I don't want to have to put hands on nobody my damn self. That's what I pay you for. Shit. Excuse my language. Sorry about that. My bad. We don't align with that. Just keep it 100. All right? We on the line with all these expanding the social welfare program. We do not want to keep paying taxes for somebody else to have their little EBT card. And we in the grocery store and they in the grocery store and they got a whole basket full of food. And then they whip out an EBT card. And I'm sitting back there with my little 20 items right there that cost $200-300 because the price of food is skyrocketed. But they got an EBT card. They got a basket full of steaks and chicken and sausage and cereal. They got everything. Hell no. We don't want to expand that. So I'm paying for that. I got to pay 40% of my taxes. 30% of my income goes to that. Hell no. Another thing. So I'm just saying, fam. Defund the police. Most of us are not for that. Not us with common sense. All right, these expansion of these social welfare programs, knowing that people exploit that. Hell no, we not for that, especially now since the money's going to these doggone Venezuelan immigrants and everybody else. We don't want that. And we don't want more of these feminist policies that further alienate Black men from Black women. We don't want that. We want law and order. We want to protect what we've earned. We want to preserve family structures. That's what we want.
And that's what we want. Real talk now.
What the French toast is there to think
Yeah.
about?
That's what we want. Proper health care for men, for Black men, Black women, and Black children. Proper education. Tangible things that we need in our community. It's been long enough. It's been long enough. having the Democratic Party suck. I mean, they done took so much life out of the black community to get to give them the votes all these decades. Haven't y'all taken enough? When is enough enough?
So what the French toast is there to think about?
You haven't given anything back to the black community, but we've overwhelmingly been voting for the Democratic Party for so long now. When is enough enough? But it's never enough. It's never. It's not going to ever be enough. That's the reason why they shifted, and they have to, sneak other people in from other cultures around the world and things like that in order to give them amenities and stuff like that, and put them in high-rise hotels in those sanctuary cities and stuff like that in order to, make sure that in the future they could get the votes back again at some point out here. Enough is never enough when you're dealing with the utmost of greediest of people, or the utmost of greediest of, a party that, uses and abuses and then just shifts people off to the sidelines after they clearly see, because this is what's happening here. This is what has happened. What has happened is, at this particular time, the reason why we're having the issues that we're having, especially with the immigration situation, is because they knew that they was going to show their face with this particular administration. The Democratic Party knew that they was going to show their hand. They could not hold it any longer. They knew that they were going to show their hand with this particular administration. So they had to start leaking people in order for the future. See, we're sitting out here, we're thinking about today, and I get it. We do, I get it, because we're living in today. And I understand it. And yes, it's valuable because we are living in today. We are dealing with the high prices of gas, food, housing, things like that. We are living today. But smart people also think about the future, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, things like that. And that's what the party has done. And they're thinking about that. That's the reason why they allowed so much leakage of the immigrants to come in and things like that. Now, they'll take the shame now. They're willing to take the shame now for future purposes down the road, when the offspring of these immigrants that come over here and stuff like that, 10, 15 years from now, 20 years from now, when the offspring are adults and they reach back and they look and be like, listen, look, we're thankful for said party for, allowing our ancestors in and things like that. So now we're going to vote for these people and stuff like that. And they're going to keep it strong, and they could keep the agenda going 10 years, 15 years from now, versus now. You have to understand how business works sometimes. Sometimes businesses do take losses. They'll take a loss now in order to gain later down the road.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
America's a business. It is what it is. But at the same time, though, we're talking about the tangibles that black men need. Here we go.
So this Democratic push for these social programs and these reforms, oh no, that contradicts with our values. Okay, stuff that resonates with black men. As we attain more wealth and success, you want to be able to pass your money down to your kids.
Right.
You don't want a government that pushes your kids to become your son to become your daughter, do you? Not at all. So, again, the more the Democratic Party is seen by black men as having an agenda that undermines traditional male roles in society, policies that overly accommodate feminists and the alphabet movement, coupled with the rhetoric that labels masculinity as toxic and contributes to the growing sentiment, that's what contributes to how we feel, or our sentiment that we're under attack. And so brothers are looking for a political home that respects our contributions that respects our role in the family, in the community, and in society, a broader society that aligns more closely with, and as we look at it, at this point, we align more closely with conservative values. So in essence, the combination of middle class status, economic interest, and the backlash against progressive social policies has driven Black men to reconsider their political allegiance. And as the Democrat Party continues to emphasize issues that men see as counterproductive or harmful to our interests, the Republican Party has become attractive. It's an attractive alternative. It offers policies that focus on individual success, wealth preservation, and the return to traditional male roles. And this political realignment is a significant factor in the broader conservative shift among Black men, marking a profound change. So yeah, we get it. They might be racist over there, but y'all racist over here too. And if you're not systematic racist, then you're full of systematic neglect. That's what the Democrat Party has given us. So anyway, look, fam, I want to take the opportunity before we get too deep down in the well to go ahead and give a shout out to everybody who contributed to the Super Chat, the Cash App, and the PayPal. Shout out to my man.
Okay, yeah. Brother Dennis about to get off into it, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me see. What else? Hold on.
Trying to check a cop who got nothing else to do but put something on it. You see what I mean? So don't get caught up into that. You don't want that cop to be a part of your life. Just go ahead and work through it. I've been in spiritual immigration. Hashtag.
Okay, so he checking his he's checking his traps right now. But you know what I'm saying? Listen, look, man, it's a lot of things that at the end of the day, though, the tangibles that we need, good health care as Black men, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Also, we need our situation to be protected and stuff like that as well. Black men have been through a lot in this country, regardless of whether we like the facts or not. And nowadays, we're clearly seeing what's going on. And the fact that they're just trying to present to us whatever they want to give us instead of actually asking us, what do we need and want, is a huge amount of disrespect. A huge amount of disrespect, regardless of whether people like it or not. And it's not cool to actually sit around here and think that we're just supposed to tolerate not having the proper structures and not having the proper funds for our community that the government gives every other community to provide for those communities. They're not giving to our communities. Our schools are still messed up. You know what I'm saying? All these things are government funded. Whatever race, things like that in America, a lot of these things are government funded in their race too. And they provide government funding for those races and things like that. But when it seems like it comes down to Black people, we get the less than. And then definitely when it comes down to Black men, we're obsolete on the board. It's like, okay, we're giving your Black women things. Why don't you just follow your Black women? Shut the fuck up and follow your Black women. And that's the talking point that's really happening and really has been happening for the longest. But then too, our Black women turn around and sit around here and sniggle and giggle and shit. Well, you Black men is dusty and busty. Y'all not buying as many homes as we buying. Y'all not going to college like we going. Yeah, well, we're not getting in as much debt as y'all getting into. And then at the end of the day, though, men, period, only buy homes when we actually want to have families. So, I mean,
What the French toast is there to think about?
It's the tangibles that we need as black men. That's the reason why we're walking away. That's the reason why we're either staying to ourselves or not engaging and not engaging in a lot of things within the black community. Those of us as black men that, you know, are trying to better ourselves, or those black men that have achieved certain levels of financial stability to a huge degree and things like that. Those black men are moving a different way, and we see a different light within, you know, the situation that's going on now with who we want to vote for, because the economy affects all of us, and also it affects every community. It affects how we live over here in America. You know, a lot of men don't want wars and stuff like that because that affects us as men. It don't affect the women, because let's just keep it real though. Push come to shove, shit hits the fan, women gonna go with whoever won the war. Whether y'all like this shit or not, women gonna go with whoever win the war. It could be China. All of a sudden, you got black women. Oh my goodness, you're 5'4", but you know, yeah, you're daddy now.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
And I don't care who like what I just said. It's the truth, though. Women nowadays they're strictly survival. They're not worried about culture. They're not worried about anything like that. If that was the case, then, you know what I'm saying, the black community would be in a whole different light right now. If black women were actually worried about passing on a decent fucking culture. Let's just keep this real. I'm talking about on the mass. I don't want to hear nothing that offset that, well, you know, I know the black women that are doing this and that. Yeah, I'm not saying that there aren't black women that are actually for the culture. I'm not saying that they're not. But, you know, the mass are not. And that's what poses a problem. And then as far as the tangibles for the men, black men, we've dealt with the neglect of the Democratic Party for long enough and things like that. And then, you know, you want to last minute give us, you know, marijuana and some fictitious ass loans that's technically for everybody. If you actually read the policy, it's not specifically for, you know, black men to succeed in anything like that. Anytime you want to add everybody else in, then yeah, it's not for us. Who you think they're going to promote first with these economic policies and stuff like that? Who you think they're going to promote first? It definitely ain't going to be black men. They're not going to give black men the leeway on these financial situations. Now, yeah, they'll probably give you leeway on smoking marijuana. Yeah, because they want to keep you sedated and stupid. You know, even though I smoke too, but it's recreational. But I know what they're trying to do with it. You know, it's not, you know, it's not just recreational. Yeah, they're trying to push more narcotics into the community like they did in the 80s and all this other type of stuff. It's just a new day. So yeah, it's a huge issue here when it comes down to the facts about what we want as black men and things like that, and the tangibles that we actually need as far as our health care and things like that, and the proper, you know, money that we need to, you know, invest in our communities and build ourselves up, you know, and make things different for us. You know, the government pours into every other community, but you know, they do pour into the black community. It's just for black women. And these are facts. These are facts. But yeah, though, man, hopefully things, you know what I'm saying, get right in this election, man. This shit is crazy out here, is, you know, with what's going on nowadays, you know, as far as this election. And yeah, black men, we just can't deal with a lot of things anymore. and we're not going to because we don't have to. And we can actually decide for ourselves now of what's going on. We no longer are under the trope and illusion of what the elders had us under. And also, you know, the women in our culture, they're so for themselves now, and en masse, they're for themselves now so much en masse to where, you know, it's we have no choice but as black men to fend for ourselves and things like that. Because regardless of what people like to say, or women like to say, women do want men to be able to protect and provide. And these are just facts. So, you know, they want us to be able to have the money to do what men traditionally or whatever, you know, are supposed to do. So, you know, and these are just the things, you know, we can't not negate ourselves any longer. We cannot, and we will not, and we just can't stand by any longer and watch these individuals constantly take advantage of our votes for all these years, giving black men nothing, and then expecting us to keep continuing to vote for them every year. And it's just like, listen, look, you know, this whole political scene this year has really shown the true colors. It's really shown the true colors. And this is the reason why black men are stepping away. First, it started with, well, this is the reason why black men are stepping away. We're seeing what's happening. We're seeing how they're giving all these other people our tax-paying dollars and things like that to, you know, come over here and just live. But, you know, when we ask for our own tax-paying dollars to provide for us, yeah, it's a problem. So, you know, yeah, it's the tangibles, man. And it's the fact that these people want to sit around here. They didn't ask black men what they wanted or what they needed. It's the fact that they're just going to come up with something to give to us. You know, yeah, you could keep that shit. Give it to the black women. They like y'all to give them things. You know, so they want y'all to give them, you know, the breaks on the college loans. That's what they want y'all to give them, you know, on mass and stuff like that. I mean, you know, it's all women, but you know, hey, you know, I'm black, so you know, I'm a black African American, so yeah, I'm gonna speak upon my people. But the thing of this is, yeah, that's what they want. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they want y'all to give them tax breaks and stuff like that. Listen, look, what we need y'all to do is to put good policies in place to where we can provide and protect for our families. What we need y'all to do is, you know, to regulate to where we can have decent health care. What we need y'all to do is to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, our school systems are well funded and we can catch up on the educational system and actually educate our young black men and women. That's what we need y'all to do. We need y'all to stop with the foolishness. We need y'all to understand that at the end of the day, though, you're going to stop talking down to us. What's the name from The View? That's not even a black woman. You know, we're sick of the games. And we're sick of hearing, especially women that are not even black women, talking down. It's already bad enough that we have to listen to our own black women talk down to us. We're definitely are not going to allow Sonny from The fucking View to talk down on black men when she said nothing else to other black men. And Obama as well. Real talk. You said nothing to other men. But you just did, well, this is, you know, I just want to talk to the brothers. Okay, you just want to talk to the brothers. You know what I'm saying? We're not the only men that's not voting for Kamala. Sir. Get your ass back up at Martha's Vineyard, bruh, and live your life. Sonny, from The View. Take your Spanish ass back to Spain and own your slaves. That's what you need to do.
Think about.
That's what you need to do. I told y'all.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
I told y'all shots were going to be fired in this broadcast. Yeah, I have a huge disdain for that Sonny chick from The View. Oh my goodness, she not even a black African American and have the nerve to talk shit. Man, wow. Yeah. You know, but hopefully everybody enjoyed this broadcast out there, man. Shout out to you guys, you know what I'm saying? Hit that like, share, subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you you know, do your due diligence, man, and things like that. You know, mad love to all my brothers and sisters out there. You know what I'm saying? Mad love to everybody, you know, and things like that. You know, hopefully, yeah, we can figure things out over here and make sure that we get the right people in place to do what's needed for the country, for everybody's safety, financial stability, and our lives in America, and make sure that we put America first and get back to America being selfish. We need our jobs. We need everything that we need over here. And we need to make the rest of the world our workhorses for a change, instead of American citizens being the workhorses of the world. It's time for a change. It's time for a change to make sure that we make the rest of the world America's workhorses, instead of the rest of the world making America their workhorses and spending on their goods and services and their products and stuff like that that's shipped over here and things like that. We need to be shipping shit out and make sure we put them people to work to spend on us. I'm America first. Yes, we need to make sure that we shipping our goods out. We making goods over here to ship out to the rest of the world to make sure that they put to work to spend on us as Americans. 10 toes down, baby. 10 toes down. But it is what it is, though, man. Hey, shout out to all my subscribers out there. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.